Hello, everybody, and welcome to this shorter episode of the No Name Podcast. I honestly don't remember which episode it is.
Who cares? Whoa, excitement!
You'll be able to see that number on the screen, so flash.
Yeah,
And there we go.
excitement!
But however, I'm your host, Mrmoopsy, and with his pretty much one other co-host because everybody else is just kind of having like a fucking mood.
It's me, Cosmo Jazz. Fuck yeah! Get the G Fuel! Ah!
Did somebody say Mountain Dew and Doritos?
Sponsor! If only.
I would actually take a Mountain Dew sponsorship. I even got
hell
some
yeah.
Mountain Dew right here on the side.
I will literally change the thing to the no-name Mountain Dew.
All we have to do is say drink Mountain Dew and then we're set.
Boom.
And then depending on which recording we use, it's either going to be Jazz and whatever's on his screen versus me working on this on my what's my entry for the Capcom costume design contest.
Or a mixture of both. Ooh, you never know.
Ooh. Witchcraft.
But I guess we can get into the quote topics this time, which aren't that many, unfortunately, due to summer being kind of a weaker thing when it comes to gaming news. And things
Because the world's a shit show.
yeah, that 100% too. Thanks a lot for that COVID and riots and all that stuff, which Black Lives Matter. Say it right here.
Black Lives Matter. Said it on my Twitter and I'll say it again.
And I'll keep retweeting until everybody unfollows me or refollows me.
Whichever happens first.
But the topics we have are the PlayStation 5 reveal, including the way it looks, and both of the versions they're putting out, and also the games that were shown. We're going to talk about some recent controversy within the FGC, and we're going to talk about our possible anticipations versus the possible reality of what might happen for EVO announcements coming next month. So, start off with PlayStation 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the funny thing is, I kind of have notes.
Nice, because I lost mine.
Let's see. Do you want to do, like, all the reveals or just the most important ones?
Might as well. Why not? It's not like we're going to say I have a lot for every one of them. Yeah, it was cool. Next one.
I mean, yeah, I've got, like, dumb jokes I sent to my brother.
Although I will say, off the top, especially comparing it to the Xbox One, there were barely any moments I could say that were just outright lulls. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm not going to remember that at all. It's like, you know what? No, I remember that. That was pretty interesting.
I do feel like some of the games that they presented were lulls, but, like that's, but it's like, let me put it this way. A lull for a video game is still better than a lull for like the hardware of a console. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'd rather watch like a game where I'm like, I'm not gonna buy that. Why do I even bother? I'd rather have that than like, hey, check out all this amazing hardware, and I'm like, hey, I am kind of technology illiterate.
Well, that can go two different ways, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Well, like, for example, the first one they literally showed off the gate. Spider-Man! Oh boy, that's a controversial one in itself.
Kinda?
Like, it seemed, the more the story develops, the more it's getting weirder, to be honest. Because now they're kind of backtracking a lot of the things they've started saying. Like, for example, when this first got shown and they first did their interview, it was practically just an expansion for Spider-Man for 2018, right?
I think so.
Yeah. And now they're going back and saying, oh no, it's like its own thing, really, own game kind of thing. But then when they said that, they also brought up Lost Legacy from the Uncharted series. And if anybody knows about that, that lasted for about 10 hours, and then the next game kind of forgot it. So that made people even more upset because there's like, finally we have a ethnic hero who is the forefront of something, and it's like, no, they're just a side story again. And now, lately, they're saying they're really pushing that it's its own game thing now. So it makes you kind of wonder, like, okay, maybe they're kind of pulling even back from Lost Legacy. Like, maybe we shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know if I'd call it a nightmare, but it's definitely a jumble.
Yeah. This is a hot mess because it went from everybody's super excited to now everybody's kind of mad. So now everybody doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
It's like they're mad because they're like confused. They're like, "What does this mean?"
So are we getting an actual game with Malice? Or what are we getting? What am I paying for? But no, I can say my initial reaction was I was excited.
Um, well, for me, it's this because it's not that I'm not excited. It's that um, the thing that I want to see most of this Spider Verse, not the movies, is I because like I've told this to Jess plenty of times. Is what I want to see is co-op. I want to see both Spider-Man like having to do like a sneaking mission. It's like, okay, we have to do this. Like I'm gonna go do this. You go do this. You take out the guards. I'll do this, and then we could do that. Okay, break and that like all that kind of shit. Like I want co-op so fucking bad when it comes to that because you will never have you have never had a Spider-Man game with this kind of co-op before. You might have had some of that stuff where it's like, oh, what's it like, friend or foe or whatever, like
Yeah,
the
friend or
little
foe.
chibi looking one, yeah. And it's like, yeah, it's fine, but it still doesn't really like it's kind of like playing Deadly Alliance, you know? It's just like I'm just there to beat up guys.
Yeah.
Whereas like if done right, and I do think like Insomniac does make really good games, and we were raving about the last Spider-Man game. If done right, they could do a co-op. They could do a co-op game, and that shit would be amazing. But we don't know where we stand right now with this current game.
Literally, we have not the slightest idea. Like they kind of fumbled the reveal on this quite a bit.
And it's funny too, because like they probably could have held their mouth shut until a little bit later to make sure that it's like, okay, we really want to get our point across. And instead, they were just so happy. They were just kind of like almost like not saying definitely, but almost like you could take it this way, where they're like a little smug because it's like, yeah, that's right, we got Miles Morales. What kind of game is it? Well, it's kind of like this. Oh shit, no, I mean like this. Oh fuck.
Shit, stop! Wait!
But also, one thing I was gonna say is that because I'm looking at my notes, and I told my brother that like I was surprised that they're doing GTA 5 also for the PS5.
They need to let that damn game go.
They do.
Like, come on now. It's been years. That thing was on the PS3.
I told my brother this that I thought for sure the game was on its last legs on the PlayStation 4. So when they said like we're bringing it to the PS5, I'm like, why?
Let it go. There's something called a GTA 6 everybody's looking forward to.
Yeah, seriously.
For fuck's sake.
Come on, Rockstar.
Oh my gosh. And then I'm glad that wasn't like too long, even though it's still longer than it ever should have been. But
Yeah.
I'm glad they kind of just went there and it's like, okay, now we're getting to the stuff. Because I swear, if that was in the middle of everything, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? But I will definitely not be getting that on PS5.
Oh god, I have no interest in getting it.
Especially since I already have it on my PC. It's like, what's the point?
I got it on PS4, and I didn't even finish it.
You know what the funny thing is? I've played so much of the online, have yet to really ever touch the story. Like, I know about it, I've seen it played and everything. I've yet to touch it myself.
Yeah, because it's almost like, why bother?
Yeah. We're all here for the online. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, at one point the online just took over, and it made you ask like, why?
Once you was able to get results after playing online, that's it.
Oh, holy
Or I
shit.
go outside.
Edward!
What up, though?
You made it.
We love you! Well,
I
I
love
do.
you guys. I love you guys too, man. Don't let our ramblings say anything different.
You know, well, Now that you're here, though, what are your thoughts on the first part of the PS5 reveal?
We
Oh,
like just for clarification's sake, we were talking about GTA 5 and Miles Morales.
I don't care about GTA 5. Miles Morales looks like an actual black person. Can you believe it?
I know, right? It looks good.
It it looks so great. The PS5, the actual reveal of it, I think I mentioned it before, but I really enjoyed the music for it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the music
Yeah.
that they chose, and I'm gonna use it for something else. But
Hope it's not copyrighted.
I
Yeah,
hope it ain't.
seriously.
I don't care.
No, fair enough.
Oh, he's made his stance.
But even then, like, I really like the memes.
Mm.
The memes are just absolutely wonderful.
Oh, let me see if I can pull some up for the recording, cause let's see. Okay, this one right here, like the console war begin, where it's the fucking a fridge versus a Wi-Fi box. I'm checking out the meme review channel.
I really like the
Um,
ones where they talk, where they just put Seto Kaiba's head on top of it.
I was gonna mention that one. And the first one that Jess put on the meme review channel, the one about the PlayStation 2 inside the binder, I
Mhm.
literally tell that to my brother. Only difference is I said PS3.
No, the PS2 and the binder one, that's great.
It's fucking great.
The Seto Kaiba one, that's great.
Have
All
y'all
of
seen that
all of
people have
them are
already
great.
made that into the VR chat?
No.
There's like a bunch of people now that said Okaiba is PS5 just like walking around.
The world works
Great.
fast when you can meme, bro.
Oh my gosh. But what happened after Miles? Because that had my
Oh.
attention for the longest time.
Yeah, let me see. Gran Turismo, which for
Hey.
my brother, I was just mostly talking to him about because like I was messaging him reactions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically where I got my notes from. Um, and like for Gran Turismo, like I thought my brother might like it, but I also thought like that game better be single player heavy because my brother
It's gonna be.
uh it better because you know how sometimes racing games just be like, oh, you have to like focus on the multiplayer,
Mm-mm.
and if it is multiplayer focused, he's not gonna give one shit.
No, Gran Turismo has plenty of offline content, but it has plenty of online content as well.
Right? And for him, he's kind of spoiled, so it would be like if it's kind of 50-50, he'd be like, oh man, there's nothing here to do, it's all multiplayer.
Mm-hmm. But with this one, I don't think there'll be nothing to worry about. I think Gran Turismo 7 will be just fine.
Well, we can only hope.
I mean, graphically it looks great, but I mean that's about the same for any of the racing ones, right?
That's all racing the racing genre has if it's not Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful who you say that to.
I'll say it in front of anybody.
I just want you to still be careful about that, because if you say, like, you say the wrong thing about some Forza around some Forza fans, you might just get jumped and potentially stabbed.
I got layers of fat, bring it.
Oh no.
It's like as soon as like they take out the knife, all of a sudden the fat's gonna start clogging it up and freeze dry.
Ew.
That's, that's the spirit.
But I mean, I don't think we got much to say about Gran Turismo.
Nope.
Nope. Next.
Okay, next is what I sent my brother. What is this? Oddworld? Oh, holy crap! Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah. No, I think people are sleeping on that because what they've shown literally shows how great that SSD is.
It
Yes.
does, yeah.
Because they rendered in the maps like it was nothing.
I feel like though the big reason why people would be sleeping on it is considering the last two entries in the franchise were not that great.
Well, it didn't help the fact that the last one literally you could just watch the movie and get the same experience.
Basically, yeah. Like there's some stuff I will defend about that movie, but when it comes to like the game itself, it's like a lesser version of like a great game that nobody was asking for.
Hmm.
So So it's like it's no surprise that they're going back. They're trying to pull a DMC5.
Mm-hmm.
However, and this is just personal experience because I can't say about all of the Ratchet and Clank games,
Mm-hmm.
but like Crack in Time onwards, for the ones that I did play, they felt a lot shorter in comparison to the original trilogy.
Mm.
Like they felt a lot more downsized. Like they gave it all up for graphics, and I'm like, great, look, the game looks great, but honestly, this is like, I'd rather go back to playing the PS2 ones.
Mm. Makes sense.
So like, I can definitely see why people would if that's the experience they'd be expecting.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I haven't played a Ratchet and Clank game in a long time. This is the first time I was like, I kind of want to try it.
I think I probably played it at a friend's house when I was younger.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, they're fun, and when they make the right the right kind of creative guns, they can be super good.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, who knows?
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Now, I will say though, because like for me, like I haven't really paid much to Ratchet and Clank and whatnot. The action at least seemed very interesting, but is it something that Ratchet and Clank fans would be used to? What you've seen, since you're the more Ratchet and Clank person, or is it something that looked more new now for a new game?
The teleportation mechanic is definitely new. I've seen a lot of like classic weapons, like the bomb grenades. What's that called? An oxymoron or something? But
Mm.
but basically, it's like the hand grenades, the blaster. Like that's all like standard early game stuff that you can't help but see anywhere.
Mm.
The big reason, the big appeal for why like the early games were so popular is because it would be it would take like crazy guns and then just keep adding on to it because they just keep expanding and getting wilder.
Mm.
Part of the reason, again, another reason why I had like a problem with like the later stuff
Mm.
is because they kind of stuck around to the same couple of guns and concepts, and they never really like advanced. You know, they just kind of stagnated and even downsized in some areas.
Mm.
Like say for example, like in I think yeah, in two I could like set up like a whole field of like these little mini turrets. I could have I could like use this like lava gun that would like leave these little puddles of fire all across the field, and then I'd have like a black hole gun and just start like shooting everywhere, you know, and
Mm.
like make it like an impossible minefield for enemies to get past. Uh, and for I think it was like the movie, all I would really need is just like this one blaster and this little robot bodyguard that was like literally in Crack in Time, and I could have similar builds in the movie game and in Crack in Time.
Mm.
So like that's part of the problem is they just got stagnant on some of the creativity.
Fair enough. All right, I think that's all I have for Ratchet and Clank. Anything else on this one?
New.
Alrighty, next game. Let's see.
Oh yeah, that Mother Nature the video game.
Mother Nature, the video game. I love it.
Because I think also Keith called it that too, and like I have that from when my reactions from the other day. So it's like we just happen to have the same thought.
That's not that Project Antifa was or whatever it's called.
I don't. I'm not sure because there were like a couple games with like really forgettable titles.
Yeah. They showed like 2 seconds of gameplay. They were just like, "We're done."
Like I'm doing some platforming and I'm summoning vines and that's it.
Yeah. It's like, all right, Square, you're here and you're gone.
Yeah, it's like, and all I said was, let's see, because what I have for my notes is Square probably gonna be part 2 of FF7, Mother Nature the game, Dragon, and that's it.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, that's all the trailer was.
All right, next game.
All right.
only a 3-second trailer like that could make so much hype.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh yeah, one thing I'll also add though to Ratchet and Clank is I don't like how they separated them again.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, because that was the whole plot of the second trilogy. So, like for them to do it again, I'm just like, God damn it.
No.
Let's see.
I think the next one was that cat game, right?
Yep. For my notes I have is the cat's a disguise, and then I just sent my brother a quote from Futurama. I can wire anything into anything. I'm the professor. And then the cat is just a cat.
Nice. Cat simulator.
Cat delivery man. It's cat death stranding.
Oh no.
If you ask me, they have to do like a lot more for me to get excited about these games. They didn't show off enough. They're just like, yeah, look at this idea we got.
Which
that's
is
it.
fair. I will
Some
give
of
you
them-
that.
But some of them, like the ideas were cool. But others, it's more of like, here's an art project, and it's like, okay, to sell me on the art project, you need to show me gameplay. Which they
Okay,
didn't.
I see your point. I will raise you. Anthem looked cool in the beginning, and look what happened to that.
To be fair, Anthem
Yeah.
was also EA.
And
Yeah.
it was also EA.
What did you say to that, Moops? What?
Yeah, Mrmoopsy.
You're fucking up again. What? Why did this turn to against me?
No, but no, I can feel you on that because there were certain games that was just like, okay, I'm ready for whatever's next.
Yeah, like because like literally that Mother Nature the video game has like the same effect as like the cat delivery man. You know, it's like, okay, you're showing me this, but if the gameplay's not hype, then what the hell do I care?
Mm-hmm. But yep.
It's not like that one super awful video game that Jazz played from Square Enix, which is like the super racist one.
Oh shit! I know which one you're talking about. It's so bad. I don't even remember the name of it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, you don't want to. Your mind is blocking it.
Yeah, mine's legit blocking that out of my head.
It's like one of those like characters that has amnesia kind of situations.
It's for good reason. You don't want to remember that. But I think the next one after that was called Returnal.
Returnal, yeah.
Yeah, and that one, from my understanding, it was kind of like the movie Live, Die, Repeat or Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like my notes for that one is, oh god, it's a sequel to No Man's Sky. Take it away.
I don't
My
know
brother's.
about that one.
Well, 'cause that was like the initial impressions. You know, I'm reacting as I'm watching.
Mm.
Because like I say that, then my brother says, "Is it called Yes Woman's Land?"
Oh no.
And then I say, "No, this is more like that Tom Cruise movie." I'll say this: it's weird, like a Kojima game, and obviously I'm into that. Dumb name though, Returnal.
Mm. Yeah, that I agree with you that name is kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in it because of the quote "Live, Die, Repeat" kind of aspect. To
Yeah. Like I'm into that game too, honestly.
Like I'm sure. I will say though, as far as like graphically goes, it was probably one of the weaker ones. I think.
I mean, I remember thinking it looked pretty decent, but I mean, go ahead.
But I'm not counting like say what was next. I think it was Sackboy.
Yep.
I'm not counting like those. Those have like art style to it. You can't really graphically update those that well. But I mean like
Right.
something like the other is like Spider-Man and even Project Athia. Yeah, even that one looked probably better than this one. But I will say it probably was also alpha footage as well. No, maybe not even that.
Right, and I mean, like the reason I'm into it is because like they kind of showed gameplay, or at least like some vestiges of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the whole Day After Tomorrow vibe, where it's like, oh, you die and then you wake up, but like the difference is though is like there's like a little bit more corruption in you every time you resurrect. Like that stuff actually really intrigued me.
Yeah, like that's a good hook, I think.
Yeah, it's like it's a new IP, and it showed just enough for me to keep my interest, unlike the other two games we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. But I think we can move on to Sackboy.
Ew.
Not gonna lie, why did they pick that name?
It's not even because it's not even because of the name. It's just because like I do not give a shit about Little Big Planet.
Well, see, that's the thing. I've played enough of the. I think it was the third game, to like have an appreciation for this. But I think that appreciation for this actually hurts my experience of possibly wanting this game.
Yeah, because like I can assume why.
Because this one seems a little bit like linear, per se,
Mm-hmm.
versus Little Big Planet, which is way more open. I think,
Yep.
and it's. I don't know. I don't know if this was the play. I think they should have just went with Little Big Planet 4 and let that be that.
I mean, yeah, because it's one of those things. It's one of those games where like, or the concepts for like Little Big Planet.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those like you leave it to the community. You're gonna have like hundreds of like thousands, if not millions, of different games that people can enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, it's pretty linear.
Yeah, very, very linear. I don't understand the thought process there, but it is what it is. And just like they did, we're on to the next one.
We are passing.
I believe that next one was that Derby game, right?
Yeah, it's like some demolition derby slash battle royale game.
Ah, yeah. I immediately thought of Rocket League the second I saw it.
Kinda, yeah. I thought it was gonna be that Ubisoft roller derby or whatever game.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, and then I saw the cars. I was like, "Oh wait, nope, this is something else."
Basically, same.
Although it didn't answer one question I had about the thing, is that could you run over the actual people? Because every time it looked like it was gonna do it, it cut away.
I think that was like it was supposed to be like implied that you could, but like like the trailer overall was just like just like how can I put this? Just a bunch of colors flying around to the point that it's unmemorable.
Like Rage 2.
Yeah.
And I probably am the only one who's probably a little interested in that one. So whenever we get more information, I'll probably look into that. But I still think they kind of disappointed me on the fact of not showing me could you run over people.
Yeah, I can see that.
But on to the next one, which is I think was it like the girl with the stick?
Yes, because I see in my notes I have killed the fuzzies.
Kill the fuzzies, jeez.
Those fuzzies did nothing to you.
I thought they were gonna be like sort of vendor fuel, if that makes any sense. Like when people try to sell minions and shit, something along those lines.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, because like all I have for the notes I have on this one are three notes. It's kill the fuzzies. Did they hire Ken Watanabe for this trailer? And not really into this one. Because like there was the whole like wise sage voice playing, and I'm like, is that Watanabe?
No. This is another one where I saw it. I was thinking to myself, I'm interested in this, but I'm pretty sure my friends won't be interested in this.
I feel like I probably would be slightly more interested if I feel like you couldn't play the Patapon soundtrack over the trailer.
That's so specific.
Because like when I saw the fuzzies, like that's what I'm just gonna call them. I like that song was playing in my head. I'm like, why am I thinking like that's what my mind's going to when it comes to these guys.
Hey, you gotta do you, man. But I'm interested in this one. I am, especially when they showed that little part of her kind of reforesting, kind of like making the area grass green again. Because I was thinking to myself, that actually is very interesting for an SSD thing to do, especially to keep it in motion the way like that. So I kind of want to see what other kind of graphical achievement things they want to do in the game.
Also, since you bring that up, now I'm thinking like now we have competing Mother Nature games.
Oh gosh. But this one actually showed things.
This is true.
What better way to flex the new PS5 other than to have that? Like, hey, what better way to show off this new console besides, hey, remember outside? You know that place where you can go outside your house and it looks beautiful? Now imagine that in your house on your monitor.
I mean, it's not like you guys are going anywhere.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
true things.
Like PS5, COVID free.
They should put that as a tag right on the side. I'll buy 10. No, but I think that was it I had for, what was it, Kenna?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
Like,
call
don't
it
ask me.
Kenna. But the next one, I don't remember what happened next other than that.
Eddie, do you? Because I do. I have the notes, but I don't know if you guys are gonna be like pleased with my reactions.
With your reactions towards what?
Okay, because it's that animated fucking return to some fucking high school place or whatever.
Nope.
Like
don't remember that.
the animated furries game.
Oh, what the girl with the stick with a bunch of furries around her?
No, that was
Was she-
it's like no, the one after where it's like some fucking dragon in high school or some bullshit.
Dragon in high school, nigga. That sounds like an anime.
It really does.
No, like because if it's like this if the premise would sound like an anime, but this would be done by like an American company, so you know it would suck.
You sound excited for it. You sound like you really want to talk about it. What I'm trying to figure out is why you give a fuck what we think.
Oh no, because some people will be like, "Oh, you're anti this," because like
Oh,
I don't
I'm
remember
gonna
what
do
the
that
hell it was
anyway.
I
fair
still don't
enough.
know what it is.
I want you to
Like-
explain it, bitch, so I can antagonize you.
Like I don't remember the name. It was
And
like
then you think this nigga doesn't remember that?
like because these are the notes I have on it. It says, "Oh God, for a second I thought that was Scooby and the gang." To start,
Oh no.
the second comment was Zootopia Edgy Teenager Edition.
It's getting worse.
The third one was, "Oh God, shut up and take your wet blanket with you."
All right.
And then pass.
See, you say these things, and I still don't remember what it was. So it must have been something I did not care about.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I watched Mighty Keith talk about stuff, and I don't see anything that talked about that.
He didn't talk about he didn't show everything though.
It must not have been something worth talking about then.
That's what I'm thinking. Because it's just like a dragon in high school, and you're just like, oh, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, but she was like full on scaly.
You said that like being a full on scaly is a bad thing or something.
For this game, it was.
Oh, for that game. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's just like my brain. I'm moving on from this one. And we're going to go to the next one, which was Oddworld.
Yep.
Which I don't think we've seen in a long ass time.
There's only like one. My mind only goes to like this one like magazine commercial for like some Oddworld game, like someone's Odyssey 2 or something.
Yeah.
That's all my mind ever goes to. I never played a single Oddworld game.
I played one way back on the PlayStation 1, and I barely remember it, so I guess the nostalgia isn't really that real for this game. But,
Unless you're like a heavy fan of this.
Mhm.
I think Venom is actually.
Guess who's not here? But, yeah, I don't have much to say about this one other than I guess I'm glad it's PlayStation Classic. It's back, I guess.
Like I said, the same thing. Never played an Oddworld, and dang, I didn't know this franchise got so violent.
Oh yeah, yeah, it did. I remember that much. And now we can go to the game that we would be excited if your girl was still working on it, Eddie.
So you mean that I don't care? Got you, bro.
Bang.
Yeah, when Akumi Nakamura left, I left in spirit.
What do you mean you don't like finger bang the game?
No, I don't like finger bang the game. You want to know why? Because the object that I want to finger bang is in the game. I have dreams too, my nigga. That's why I got in the game.
Fair enough.
And this shit is a nightmare. No, I wasn't. Ghost of Tsushima, I wasn't very interested in to begin with. I was just like, oh man, it looks kind of cool.
I'm trying to remember what other game Shinji Mikami.
Shinji Mikami?
Yeah, Shinji Mikami.
Didn't he do Evil Within?
Wow.
That one nice.
Like I'm the one asking the question.
But no, yeah, the game was Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah, I actually was like super like I was invested in that trailer.
Nice. I was up to a certain point where I saw Slender Man just starting to attack. This guy just took me out.
I was thinking like enjoying it as a meme.
Like what are you doing here? He really is out of a job these days, I guess. I guess you gotta work. But
yeah.
No, it literally looks like finger painting the game because all you're doing is like a bunch of like movements with your hands.
Yeah, like just doing finger guns to ghosts.
Pew 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 pew.
Because let's see, the notes I have for this one was that it was like Shinji Mikami, name's familiar. I know he's one of the high tier devs, and then Headless Schoolgirl, and then because my brother has this one joke about like oh my god, like the best gamers in the world are fucking Japanese schoolgirls. So I was going off of that and said, watch out, like for the Headless Schoolgirl that they showed. I was like, watch out, she shows even less mercy in video games. Nice. Then just what is this? They do flips. I was just super hooked.
Oh, I'm stupid. Shinji Mikami, he was the one who made the first Resident Evil and Dino Crisis.
I knew there was a name. There was a reason the name was familiar.
Which means, yeah, he also did Evil Within. Because, yeah, that was the whole big controversy with that. Yeah, I should have known that. But
I mean, Evil Within 2 was like ages ago.
Yes, it was. Still a good game though. I liked it way better than 1. Mainly because 1 was so far up its ass. But I think that's really all we have for the finger bang game. I'm just gonna keep calling it that.
Go for
it. Next was something. And
let's see. Oh, it was some fucking slow ass trailer. All I have for notes on this one, like that's all I can remember because I said what to my brother was God, the tempo in this game just came to a sudden stop. I think I got whiplash, maybe even ass whiplash, and then my brother says ass lash.
Nice. I mean, what was it about though?
Oh man, it was like I just remember a bunch of like field shots, like a bunch of like, oh, here's grass and here's like stuff lying around and like artsy stupid shit, It's like
I know what it was. You know what I literally thought about this game was that this is going to be the PlayStation's quote Journey game. Because Journey was practically the same way.
that's revealed later because I have notes on that one. Because next came Godfall or whatever, the Warframe ripoff. I even I called it that, and I said looks better than the original reveal. I'll give them that.
I love how because I thought it was a different ripoff of a game, which was Kingdom of Alamar.
I like to not think about that game.
Yeah, no, you don't. But so it's basically a ripoff of probably multiple games.
I mean, probably. Yeah, because I know the next one that is supposed to be like Journey was the one after Godfall. Because I wrote this is a joke for me. Looks like Wraith from Apex Legends got her own game. I'm getting heavy Journey vibes. Solar ass.
Solar ass.
Solar ass.
Because it was called Solar Ash. I wasn't hating on the game. I just wanted to say that.
But where would Wraith from Apex Legends even fit in there?
It was the color scheme.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Like the black and the purple and all that stuff. I don't think like the character figure was like feminine, but it was like a lot of those like little things were kind of stacking up, and my mind just sort of like thought about Wraith.
Mm.
You're thinking with portals, dog.
No.
So it was like it was not that game. It was like like it was something else that was like two after that whole fucking field shots and all that shit.
Mm. No, well.
And then afterwards was Hitman 3.
That's all you.
Like let's see, because I mean I'm interested, but I also gotta get my ass in gear and finish playing my Hitman games.
Mm-hmm.
And since I keep getting distracted, that's not gonna be very fast. Because I do go back to Hitman every once in a while. I am doing these special missions though in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like special DLC missions where it's like, oh, you have to take out this guy that fucking has like a secret like pandemic that he's ready to launch. You know, topical.
Mm-hmm.
And like and it's a series of missions where it's like, you know, you have to like find this step, but because you completed this step, now you actually accidentally started like a countdown of sorts, so now you have to do this and this, and it's like I'm only like on the second step. I'm only on the second step, and it's like a 5-step kind of mission.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I've got planned is after that, then I'm gonna start Hitman 2.
Makes sense to me.
And I mean, I still do like how it does look really good. I'm curious about what the story is, but I imagine it's gonna be something like, oh well, you know, Agent 47's being chased again, because I wrote it's Hitman. When isn't he being chased?
Mm-hmm.
And then I just said like, you know, the same thing where like, oh, I have to finish the other 2 Hitmen before I can even consider like any interest in this one.
Mm-hmm. No, that's all you. So that's anything you say. I'm with you.
But I mean, yeah, like hopefully, like it's good. You know, I never want these games to like be bad or die out. Because where am I supposed to get my assassination urges quenched?
I mean,
In Apex Legends.
there's a lot of games I can think of.
Yes, but there's no subtlety in that one.
What do you mean there's no subtlety? What do you mean? You have the
You
option
can't stealth
to
from behind
not.
kill people that one.
You can't. But are you actually going to do that in Hitman?
Yes, I've done that plenty of times. I keep killing them, taking their clothes.
Your tone does not match your constitution.
Let's say that didn't sound very confident.
I'm all burpy. Shut up.
Oh, right, it's the burps. Okay. Like, you're blaming it on the burps. The burps is the reason why you can't sneak up on people and assassinate. It's not because,
in Apex Legends.
it's not because you're dummy thinking the clap your ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards or nothing like that. This is our podcast, Mrmoopsy. You don't need to lie to me.
I mean, I just play Apex different than Hitman. Simple as that.
For fuck's sake, man. We are all friends here. You don't need to lie to me.
Yeah, all except for Venom.
Man, Venom gets a lot of hate.
Well, until he's here on the constant, he will stay getting hated on.
Venom is the butters of the podcast.
Like he gets a disproportionate amount of hate. I thought I would get the most amount of hate in this podcast because I do shit to get hate.
But see, here's the thing: you're here.
It's like the fact that I can just talk shit to everybody the entire podcast, but the very fact that I'm actually participating in the podcast is just like, well, I mean, yeah, it's not like you.
It's like, it grants you immunity.
I could just talk about hating the world or some shit like that. It's just like, well, you're adding content, so that means you're great.
Because I mean, yeah, earlier you said I don't know if I'm gonna be here, so I was like, okay, so it's just gonna be me and Jess. And it's like, surprise, you're here. It's like, wow, more content.
he's like, Edward's here. Edward, hold on.
So he could be here when he's not feeling well.
Oh, dude, I am still. Well, I'm not sick no more, but I am fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all right. We got content to make. I didn't even take any I ain't take any caffeine or nothing like that either. I probably still need some time to get myself together, but I'll be okay. I'm showing up to the podcast while sick and shit.
You see what I
mean? That's where you get immunity.
like man, Venom sucks.
Yeah.
No.
If he even at least listened, so that he'd know we were insulting him.
Exactly.
It'd be nice.
Yep. But so pretty much that's it for Hitman.
Yeah, Hitman's cool. Hitman is like one of the games that I'm most interested in, yet I've never played it.
I think you'd have fun with it. I like to get creative with different murder types. I can either, because let's see, because you can either be like obvious and loud, like just fucking pull out like a random gun and like kill this guy, or you can like poison them with like sushi or drown them. I've kicked like plenty of people off of mountains. It's basically like a sandbox of how to kill people.
Right. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Although like because I know that there's some entries in the franchise like Absolution, where it's a bit more like a more linear Arkham.
Yeah, and the newer Hitman was always just open world AF. Not okay.
50-50.
I'm sorry. Not open world, sandboxing.
Well, like I still mean like I still say 50-50 though, because like sometimes it is like Absolution, sometimes it's more like the current stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you'll get one of those two experiences for sure.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, we were talking about Hitman 3, then we just went on a tangent about the other ones.
Well, because they didn't even show much in the trailer, really.
All day.
Like they showed a map.
But I wanted to see how bald Agent 47's head could get. just to see how shiny they can make that fucking chrome dome.
The way that they were going off in the trailer, I thought they were gonna be like, surprise, Agent 47 now has like a hair or something, kind of like the third season of Avatar.
Or
he just wakes up and he's like, I have hair.
Yeah, like here's a twist: Agent 47 is now black.
No shit.
Yay.
And that sounds cool, but then they ruin it. It's like he's also gay. It's like, God damn it. Why?
You just had to take it too far.
Diversity.
Oh, dude, it pissed off so many people, right? Just like, yeah, like, we have a new Agent 47. This is the same Agent 47 you always knew. He's exactly the same person with the same name and everything, except this time he's a gay black furry and he's trans, by the way. Like, great, playing Sonic Fox.
Yeah, I was gonna say played by Sonic Fox.
I'm like, and everybody's just so fucking pissed. I'm like, hashtag not my 47, bro.
Too woke.
I'm like, never mind being woke. Why can't he just be Agent 48 and be Sonic? Right? That's all we want.
Same goddamn thing as James Bond.
Right, making James Bond black was kind of pushing it. Because like, I was almost on the other side of the fence. I'm like, a black James Bond would be nice. But the reason why a black James Bond wouldn't work was because the black dudes can beat up everybody. So it's like, is it really necessary?
And like, because I'll say this, some of the reasonings, so some of the things I've said for like people wanting black James Bond is like, no, he's exactly the same James Bond as before. He's just now black, and I'm like, wait a minute.
It's like, so
I have questions. Oh, he used to be Sean Connery before. But some people said like, no, it can't. Like the name James Bond can't be a title or a special moniker. No, it's just you. Like he is James Bond, and I'm like, That doesn't make any fucking
Oh yeah,
sense.
that doesn't make sense at all. So he's just gonna what? Keep changing his face the entire time?
Like,
It's like, there's that whole aging thing that happens. So is it a brain transplant?
yeah, like yeah, you're right. James Bond is not a title.
But enough about agents, I guess. Unless we're
Yeah.
talking Matrix next.
Oh shit! No, we need to move forward.
Okay. Next was that little robot game that everybody gets for free on the PlayStation.
Let's skip that. They literally showed like nothing on that.
It's just some bullshit party game for like a game that nobody ever plays.
Yeah, like literally, they showed like 2 seconds of that. We don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, seriously.
I think the next one was like the funky looking Monster Hunter thing.
I don't know if like it was that like cell shaded papery looking game with like it's like, oh, here's one guy in a field and then here's a British guy taking a shit.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
shit! I've seen that one. That one was real weird.
It was weird. Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, world action. Then it's just some old dude taking a dump in the bathroom. I was like, what is this shit?
Yeah, and like that's the only way people are gonna remember it. It's just like a dude taking a shit.
Like, alrighty then, we're alright. The next.
And one thing I was also kind of saying, like, it's like I don't hate the aesthetic, but like in their attempt to be unique, I told my brother, I was like, I've seen 3 other games that have this exact same aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Can we just skip the next game? Nobody's gonna talk about that. It's a casino thing. I remember this one.
Yeah, it's like I skipped it, and I told my brother, I'm skipping this.
For those wondering,
Yeah,
it's NBA 2K21.
Yeah, I would say like 2K21, wake me when it's about games that people care about.
I can make a Persona meme. I can make a Persona meme out of that one. Like the Casino Simulator 2021. It's time to roll that dice.
Like, how stupid is it that Dragon Quest has less fucked up casinos than actual EA?
When you think about it, not that much, because EA's stupid.
Like, what I don't get is that not EA, but 2K in and of itself has this long-standing series of a game, and they ain't show us no gameplay. They just showed some nigga just dribbling the basketball. It's like, my nigga, I can do that.
No, Eddie, not only that, why is it that he was the only one with like a webcam quality out of everyone else? He had the shittiest quality camera, and everybody else had this 4K shit.
It's like, yo, is those sweat glands? Yeah, like they had to do more. They need to do more next time. They're just like, here's a bunch of reveals. Here's a little taste. Oh, you want a demo? Here's 7 seconds of walking by our shit.
How long before you think EA starts fucking desecrating Kobe's corpse?
Probably
when
this
it
game.
gets close. When it gets close to release date.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna be a pre-order bonus.
Oh, dude, that'd be horrible.
You're gonna get like an Opal Platinum Black Edition credit card version of Kobe Bryant when you pre-order the game.
One with basically like an unlimited code mode on.
Yes.
But you have to pay $50 at least.
His stats will be all 99s. And during the halftime show, he's gonna do commentary there, talking about how much he just shat on everybody else.
End it off with "You're welcome."
It's voiced by Liam Neeson.
It just constantly tells people, it's like, hey, are you a different animal and the same beast?
I don't know what that means. You're welcome.
What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant? You're welcome. What the fuck? Dead ass, just like, yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? Just like, how many more records can my records break? More records, but I'm already the best.
You're welcome.
Oh man, I missed that commercial. Now we can skip that one. I think the next one was that weird game where you eat stuff and you turn into it.
Yeah, because I was making a reference to American Dad when I sent this to my brother. I put she ate it. It just crawled into her mouth and she ate it.
I think I missed that one.
It was called like Snackamals or some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, some snack.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be like, oh, you're like you own like a zoo or something, and it's made out of creatures that are made out of like burgers and candy and all this kind of fucking bullshit.
Sounds like a fat nigga made that game.
Probably did.
The same person made Octodad, so there's a possibility.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you're right. They like it said that in the credits.
So it's a Japanese fat nigga.
Very possible.
And then after like when it was like nearing the end of the trailer, I was like, I don't know who the protagonist in this is, and then because it was my brother, I put in I'm left with more questions than answers, and now I have fury in my tummy.
And don't you hate that?
When you ever have fury in your tummy?
Yeah, man. That's why the bathroom light and the fan is still on in there.
Yeah, no. That's when you consume Prilosec.
Don't forget about the OTC. Make sure we're not ODing out here.
No. And I guess we can move on to the actual big. I would say like the big ones now, because
they definitely got huge, yeah.
Because we have the remake of Demon Souls.
Is it a remake or is it like a sequel?
Ooh, complete remake.
It's a remake.
Oh, it's confirmed a remake?
Confirmed remake.
Yeah. Okay. Because there were some monsters in there that I was like, holy shit, I want to fight that.
Yeah, it's 100% confirmed remake. Everybody was super excited about it. I've never played the original Demon Souls, like probably half of everybody who says I'm a total Dark Souls person, whatever. It's like, you play Demon Souls? What the fuck is that?
Is that a sequel? Like, you stupid motherfucker.
Even I played Demon Souls.
I never played it, but I always knew about it.
Yeah, I knew about it. I just never played it.
Oh, I never played it to any amount of success, nigga. I came in there, died like 11 times.
Sounds like your typical standard Dark Souls thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, screw this shit. I'm going back to Tales of Exilia 2. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, I'd rather die there.
Yeah. Well, I don't die there, so fuck yeah.
I can actually move on to the game.
So it's like, shit, nigga, I'll go where I'm welcomed.
I might try it. We'll see. But I think the next one after that was Deathloop.
Yes.
Which is Bethesda, so I automatically kind of went down a little bit there. But
it kind of did for me too, yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting concept, and I actually am curious because it seems like it's a one-shot, one-kill kind of thing, from what I'm understanding.
I think it depends on who's doing the shooting, because...
Well, I was going to get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Because, like, it seems like the black guy, like, who the main protagonist is, seems like he gets shot, he dies, basically. But he kind of repeats the day over, and you can kind of figure things out from there. And then we get to the person who's practically killing him, was the black chick. And I kind of wonder if there's some multiplayer aspect to that. Like,
yeah, I was wondering that too.
Like, maybe you can play the same person, like the black guy over, but maybe different people keep playing the black girl, maybe, and trying to kill you. Which I feel like would be very interesting. Also, I do wonder how long that game would be, per se, if you, quote, didn't die. Let's say that. Because the objective is to kill, I think they said, 3 or 4 people by midnight?
I think it was like 8.
Yeah, something like that. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, how long exactly is this game, actually?
So long
is like the guy like a glass cannon or what?
Yeah.
So long as it isn't, right? So long as it isn't the Order 1776, 1886.
Oh.
1776.
7. Oh, I was right the first time. Fuck yeah! And so long as you don't pull one of those, I think you'll be all right. I think the game will be cool. Call it a hunch.
I'm trying to think of what 1776 was.
Steampunk, Metal Gear
Yeah.
Solid 4, cutscenes of the Patriots.
Jeez.
At least the cutscenes of the Patriots had some badass moments.
At least cutscene of the Patriots had gameplay in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. But I am slightly. I have to say slightly because still Bethesda.
For me, it was like it was more of the shooting aspects because I feel like I've played some other shooters where like it's similar concept of like like it's first person shooter but you're also running around with powers and shit, BioShocky kind of stuff and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I sort of convinced myself a bit more into it is because I put in Bethesda is ripping off Tracer and replacing her with Shaft. Okay, that sounds amazing.
Nice.
Okay, but now that you said that, you're making some sense.
Yeah, that's why I sort of convinced myself into it a bit more.
All right, I can work with this. No, I'll be on the lookout for that one.
Like I'll get it if it's like fucking Game of the Year material.
Mm-hmm. But I think next and after that was Resident Evil, right?
Yep.
Which Mrmoopsy knows some of my reserves about that. But
Yeah.
How do you feel, Jazz?
I don't like Ethan coming back. I've said,
Ethan?
yeah.
Oh, I don't even know who Ethan is.
Yeah, fuck
The
that guy.
hero of 7.
Yeah, he was the main protagonist of 7.
That guy.
Yeah.
The bitch.
Yeah. The bitch. No, Mrmoopsy and I have talked about this before. I don't like the fact that he's coming back because, like, I've always been like one to say like, okay, some of these characters they could definitely come back. They're kind of trained and all this stuff and whatnot, but I don't feel like every character in a story would want to come back. Like
Right.
in something like this. And Ethan fits that moniker perfectly, in my opinion. He got his wife. He's good to go. Why is he back?
It's just like, you know what, man? The first time didn't cause enough trauma.
And I mean, like
I think
it's like in both endings he loses the wife anyway.
No, the real good ending, he actually got Mia. In the bad ending, he doesn't get anybody. Everybody dies.
Wait, but I thought that the true ending was the one where Mia dies.
No, she doesn't die. She's in the helicopter with him. If I say, how long has it been since you played that game?
Damn,
I mean, it's been a while, but I've only played like the one ending where you pick Zoe instead of Mia.
Oh, that explains a lot then.
Yeah, because that's the one you told me to do.
Yeah, the one with Zoe, everybody dies. Like
Right.
literally, Mia turns evil. Zoe dies literally the very next second, and you have to end up killing Mia, and then he gets on his own. When you pick Mia, Mia lives. She actually saves Ethan from like fighting her, and he gets her back after he kills the main enemy, whose name is escaping me right now.
And Rhodey, we'll call her.
Yeah, let's call her Aunt Rhodey. And after that, the whole mold thing is off of her, and they save her. With Chris and them, and then they leave off. And then what ends up happening is Ethan tells Chris about Zoe, and they go get Zoe.
Right, because like the reason why I went with the Zoe ending is that's the one you told me to do. That's why.
Why would I tell you to do that one? I don't
I
remember
don't know.
this.
I was just going with what you told me.
I think you're making this one up.
I'm not making it up, dude. I swear to God.
I really doubt I told you to do this. Because
You told me
reason
to.
I can't even think of a reason to tell you to do this. Because literally, if you go to that ending, not only do you have an extra boss fight, but you literally get the worst ending possible. I can't see myself telling you this.
I'm just repeating what I remember.
You have a horrible memory.
I do, but this is not one of those times.
I think it is.
I will chop off my left arm in order to prove it.
I mean,
Don't you
you
think-
can go
don't you
for it.
Don't you think that's going a little bit
A
far?
little bit too far.
But that's how fucking confident I am.
Like, I mean, if you can prove it by all means, but I hella doubt I told you that.
I'll try to see if I can find any like messages or anything like that.
Yeah,
Because
because I can
if
hella
if I
doubt I
did
told you
stream
that
stuff,
one.
yeah, because like if I did stream stuff, then for sure that's the footage is gone. But I know for sure that that's the ending I was told.
Yeah, I definitely didn't tell you that one. Like, literally, I would never tell you to do something that dumb. Now, I can tell you why I would have chose that one. Because I feel like Zoe was the one who helped you throughout everything, versus Mia, who literally tried to kill you the entire time. And it's kind of stupid. I remember saying it was stupid, the fact that even if you pick that one, that everything goes kind of dumb, because it feels like Zoe would have been one to help you more in the long run. But I definitely don't see myself telling you to do that one, especially after I played it. Hell no.
I'm gonna see if I can find anything.
I would love to see it, because literally I cannot see for the life of me telling you that. But no, like literally the ending, the good ending with Mia, she lives. She's in the helicopter with Ethan. And then that's what I was like telling you, that Ethan tells Chris, hey, Zoe's out there, please go get her. And then you have the whole DLC with that. Well, Chris isn't even really involved in that one, except for the end.
Right.
But, yeah, like, that's what I was saying. Like, when it comes to the ending, Mia and Zoe, I feel like should have been brought back more than Ethan ever should have. Because, like, Mia, with her whole thing with the organization she was working for, has a reason to come back. And Zoe has the revenge arc whole thing that she can go through. Because her family's entirely dead. But Ethan just seems like his role is done. He got his wife. He's happy now. It is what it is. Also, you've seen the trailer enough, I think, to answer this. Because I'm not seeing what other people are seeing. Did Chris shoot Mia?
I thought it was like an old man.
No, that was definitely a woman.
Then I guess I wasn't paying as much attention.
Okay, because like I'm seeing this meme everywhere of Chris shooting Mia, and I'm like, how do you even know that's Mia? That doesn't even look like Mia.
Damn it, I can't search right now. Like I'm trying to put in like Resident Evil or something,
Mm-hmm.
and it just fucking says, "Crap, we dropped the magnifying glass." Okay, can you try searching again? So it's like, I guess I'm gonna have to try later or something. But
Yeah, but that seems like
that shit ain't over.
But yeah, like it seems to be the thing that's kind of going around the internet. It's like, oh my gosh, Chris shot Mia. Chris shot Mia. It's like, how do you know that? That there's really no indication. I feel like in that trailer that says he did that. Maybe you can say the reason Ethan said why. Maybe that's how you say it. I don't know. I don't see it.
But it sounds like all speculation in the meantime.
Yeah.
Chris Redfield was the dude who shot him, right? Shot her, right?
That's what people
He's
are
the
saying.
dude that shot the body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whoever the body was.
And there was a meme, but I forgot the name of it. It was a meme from Chris Redfield, and it says, so and so, I see you haven't fucked my sister.
Mm.
but I forgot who he was talking to.
No, I think that is. I haven't seen that exact meme, but I've seen people like not be in love with that meme on Twitter.
Like the meme was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but apparently people are not happy about it. No, I don't know. I found it all funny anyway. But also the trailer looked very like low FPS. Like, why is everything kind of?
Yeah, it wasn't a great trailer until you start until like the kind of when it starts speeding up and you see like the fancy ladies and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
When it really starts picking up, it does kind of start to become interesting.
Which I swear to God, if one of those girls turns into a bug again, I'm out.
You might as well
It
prepare.
goes all Rick and Morty on your ass.
Just prepare for it.
I wasn't prepared for when Marguerite turned into. Now we're going to PlayStation 5.
all you have to do is just think of all of them as MKX Devora, and you'll be all right.
That's not helping.
What do you mean that's not helping? Come on.
MK Devora is disgusting.
Yeah, but if you're gonna get jump scared by a bug lady, you may as well just try to fuck it in the meantime.
No.
Why are y'all looking at me like I'm the bad guy?
Because you kind of are.
What the hell is y'all's problem?
You don't fuck bugs for one thing.
I mean, neither do I. I'm just saying, given the situation you're in, if you can't kill your way out of it, you might as well try to fuck your way out of it.
Well, the third option is, or I can just fucking not do it.
That is what a coward does.
You know who did that? Kodal. You know what happened to him, right?
All he got was his spine broke.
And his head cut off.
I mean, you can also kiss her like Melina did.
Oh yeah, that's right. Melina did go out by. No, I don't think that counts because Devora didn't use tongue.
Does it not?
She didn't use tongue. It didn't count.
So?
So
you're fucking saying like, oh, go stick it in her. Like bugs aren't gonna fucking start crawling up in there.
So what? Look, what I'm saying is because Devora didn't use tongue when she killed Melina, it doesn't count as a kiss. It just counts as an execution. You're being weird.
How on earth?
All right, y'all broke me.
It is children's. Kids these days.
I'm like, all right, y'all broke me. Y'all broke me. We're good. I had it going for a while.
No, I'm not ready for that. I am interested in seeing how the werewolves play out. Although I do wonder, are they going to be as prominent of an enemy as say the molded were? Because I don't feel like they will be.
One thing I'm curious about is how much of a Resident Evil 4 influence this game is going to have. Because from the trailer, it kind of looks like it has some.
It depends on what you mean by that. Because this seems like a very serious game compared to Resident Evil 4.
Right, but I mean, I like setting for one thing, since it's called The Village.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going with that aspect, then yeah, it's going to be heavily Resident Evil 4 related, I think. But if we're going for tone, I think it's going to go more Resident Evil 7. Well,
yeah.
Even darker than that, to be honest, because even Resident Evil 7 had some of its goofy moments with Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually kind of ironic because you have Resident Evil 4, now Resident Evil 8. We're back to the village, guys.
And of course, they also had like a fucking Castlevania-style castle.
Yeah, we're going back there too. Nah, all we're missing is an island.
Oh shit, that's true.
That's where if we start seeing somebody with a chain gun, I'm out. Like, this is too close to the 4. I'm done.
Let's see, because the notes I had for Resident Evil 8 were, speak up, bitch, I can't hear. Potatoes.
She was very quiet. Potatoes.
She fucking was. Because they just had a shot of fucking potatoes. Then I said, because like, since they were still going through like the whole fucking terrain shots and all that stuff, I was a little, I wasn't focusing, so I told my brother, would you buy a critically acclaimed horror game if it was called Spoopers? And then it was just a bunch of like no way reactions because I was putting it in my mind like thinking like, oh man, what if this was actually like the trailer for Resident Evil 8? And I was like, no way, it is Resident Evil 8. And then I got heckin' bamboozled.
Yeah, you did.
I think a lot of people did.
Because the dude that's infected with like whatever the hell that virus is, like that dude did kind of have like a big werewolf vibe to him.
Oh yeah, like they've already kind of confirmed it's werewolves.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, so clearly this new virus, it spreads, like it increases hair growth, to make fucking werewolf people.
Which
So
is
I was
why
like,
I'm
okay,
wondering, because like with werewolves, like they're ridiculously strong and fast and whatnot. So it makes me wonder how many of these enemies are you really going to be fighting against, and versus
yeah.
like say running away maybe or fighting like straight up shooting like RE6 or something like
Like
that.
it would be amazing if it actually turns out that there was like you actually had to hide from them instead. Like the weapon you need to kill them isn't like till like near the end game,
which I
and you actually had to like have hiding mechanics to it.
which I do kind of wonder because I kind of read into this a little bit. Apparently, you're going to be playing like multiple characters, and they're all going to have different play styles of how you do it.
Oh,
So
okay.
something tells me like it's going to be somewhat similar to what you're saying with maybe let's say Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably going to be the more hidey kind of get around places quietly kind of thing. Versus I'm guessing Chris is going to be one who's going to be probably guns blazing and whatnot.
Chris
And
slash Barry.
yeah, he's getting old. What do you want from
Hey,
him?
like it's not an insult. I'm just saying that he fucking reminds me of Barry.
And then I'm guessing maybe since they said multiple characters, maybe there's a third somewhere that we haven't seen yet. Like maybe one of the older ladies or something
I
like
feel like
that.
it's either going to be like stars, like one of the stars members, like maybe Jill or Rebecca.
I mean, I would love Rebecca to come back, but they seem to forgot her until they got to that stupid ass movie.
And we all know how you feel about that one.
Jesus Christ.
Um, but I feel like it's gonna like there's gonna be like a returning stars member. There's like I don't want to give it too low a number, but I feel like there's like I'm gonna say 40% chance that they might come up with an original character.
Which is what I wonder if it's one of the villagers. Like you take one of them. Because
Yeah,
they seem to
like
have
how
showcased them a lot.
yeah, like how in Resident Evil 4 and Dead Rising, like Capcom had like a huge Spanish fetish.
Yeah, they did. Poor Louise.
I forget the name of like the dude in Dead Rising.
I don't remember him either.
I don't, and I have no interest in playing the first one.
Yeah, don't ask me. I don't remember him either. You know, I have Also, I said this in my trailer reaction. I have reservations due to the recent game that just came out, as well on this one. I wonder how long this game is going to be, how much content it's going to have, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
But I am kind of interested, and I'm happy to see at least for the most part. I haven't seen anything backlash on it, but I'm happy to see for the most part that people are embracing this new kind of enemy that's coming around. Like they're not like we're the zombies or something like that. It's like no, let's see where this goes. It's like okay, cool.
I mean, if there's anything that I guess that like did help quell that a little bit was Resident Evil 3. I know you got like again reservations, but I guess like people were like, okay, well I got my zombies, so now let's see what the hell they've got going on here.
Mm.
Plus, it's a direct sequel to like a really good Resident Evil game, so I think that also helps.
Mm. But I think that was about it. That's not having me rant anymore about Village.
Yeah,
So I guess we can move on to the next one, which I think was Pragmata.
Pragmata, yeah.
Which I don't like. There wasn't really enough for me to really like say like what the hell exactly it is, because I was more
Yeah.
confused than anything. But I mean, it was interesting looking.
I think
My notes.
that one's the
What?
one that had the kid in it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Something terrible's gonna happen to the kid. She's
Oh,
gonna get
100%.
traumatized.
Kid's dead.
I mean, the kid's a android, isn't she? She was breathing in space.
Oh no, yeah, she's an android. I'm just saying though, she's gonna die at one point in the game.
Oh yeah, she's definitely gone.
Like you can quote me on that.
But
There's gonna be like a part where it's like say the name of the protagonist is like Kaz or something. It's gonna be like there's a part where like she's ripped in half. She's like Kaz, I love you.
no, jeez. And I was surprised that this was a Capcom game.
Yeah, I was surprised because I found out like after the trailer.
I saw the little tag at the bottom, like the split second. I was like, "Whoa, wait, Capcom,
Oh.
excuse me."
No, yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, but I do wonder what they're gonna do with this, and because I mean, they still haven't done that other game. I think they were trying to
Deep
do.
down.
Yeah, deep down.
Although I think that they did have like a developer diary about it recently,
Mm-hmm.
like in the last couple months. So it hasn't left their heads just yet.
Until I see gameplay, that game's never coming out. And
Yeah.
even then,
The game could be on the shelves, and I'll be like, "This game's never coming out."
it has a price tag. This game's never coming out.
It's on sale like 2 years after it's out. It's like, this game's never coming out.
Clearly, it's never coming out.
Remember, never forget about Scalebound, guys.
Poor game. It has so much potential. But, I think the last thing was Horizon, right? Well, before the reveal, of course.
Yeah. After that was Horizon.
Which looks cool. I'll probably be getting 2, just like I did the first one.
I'm kind of not interested.
Of course you're not. No. No, I'm definitely more interested to see where it would go because I'm kind of wondering where would it go. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say really about Horizon. I mean, there wasn't really like gameplay; it's just another CGI trailer.
Yep.
So we can finally come to the thing that everybody's been wanting for literally months now, even years. What did the actual thing actually look like? Which you kind of talked about a little bit in the beginning, but the actual
looks like
console
Kaiba.
itself, it looks like Kaiba, and it looks like Cell's forehead.
When I saw that one, I was like, "That's surprisingly genius."
And like I particularly like the design. I don't like that it's white, but I do like the design.
I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be like a black color version variant.
Maybe like a red too, or something. Anything but white.
Yeah. Because that's just gonna get so dirty.
Yeah, or even a Mortal Kombat version. See the Mortal Kombat symbol. I'll take that.
I'm laughing because my brother, like, he hates that he missed out on, like, I think it was like 25-year anniversary edition one of the PS4, and like he has a recurring problem of like, oh, I'm gonna wait before I buy like a new console, and then like right after he does, it's like, here, we're announcing a special edition version of this console. He's like, damn it. It happened with him with like the Nintendo SP. He bought his, and then they announced the fucking Nintendo Color edition of the SP. He's like, fuck.
No. Well, good luck trying to get those now.
No, he's fucking like, he still kicks himself to this day about that.
But no. Do we have any real thought? Well, since they haven't really given a price point, what do y'all think the price point would be?
There's been some leaks saying that it was 700.
Ew.
I wouldn't be surprised, but also ew.
Very much you.
But would that be the digital version, or would that be the physical?
I would think that would be the physical.
If you ask me, it'd probably be the price to either.
See, I think the digital is going to be cheaper. Because, I mean, you're literally losing something. Kind of similar to how the Switch is doing with the not dock versus non-dock versions.
Oh, okay. And then the non-dock versions, I assume, are cheaper?
Yeah, they're like $100 cheaper.
Oh, okay. But the downside is that you literally cannot do anything with. You can't dock it. Can't play it on your monitor.
No, it's literally a handheld.
Pros and cons.
Yeah. But I do feel like the digital would be the cheaper version. But 700, like, it's still kind of ew.
Yeah, that's very steep.
Yeah, that is steep.
But I mean, like, just wait till.
But no loading screens though.
So they say.
There's probably going to be some loading screens, but not very long. Not very long loading screens. And you know what? If if I play Destiny 2 on a PS5 and it has significantly lowered loading time, I'd consider it a success right now.
Yep.
Because that shit takes forever. I can do my taxes in that time.
No, I get you.
But I ain't tripping.
But I do think if they do have that quote price point, I guarantee you that Xbox is gonna undercut it by a good bit.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that they're just waiting to screw them over.
That's what they're doing. They're just having a pissing contest to see who releases their price point first, and they're just like, we're gonna make it cheaper by ours.
I forget. Does the PS5 have any backwards compatibility?
It's for the PS4.
And then, but then the PS3 games 2 and 1, I'm assuming will probably be through PS Now.
Probably.
If I was a betting man.
So I still don't particularly care for that thing.
I would be now?
I would be happy with PlayStation Now if it was a part of the PlayStation Plus subscription. You know, like you get free PS Now if you have PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Because getting it as two separate services, that's just a waste.
Yeah, that kind of racks up too.
Yeah, it's like I like my my PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 games, not to the point that I'd fucking buy them like that again.
Yeah, I'm good.
I just don't think they have enough games that you want to play.
That too. That is also good. That thing.
Yeah. I mean, I have photos of my old library before I sold it for my PlayStation 3. But yeah, I can hold off.
Because I'm thinking it wouldn't be $10 a month for a shit ton of games that you want to play isn't bad. It's just that you're paying $10 a month for games that you just don't care very much about. That are games that you can get through easier methods and not they're just single player games, so you can just emulate the shits.
Yeah, especially now with the way emulators work and stuff.
So it's right now the value, the supply is low, but the demand is high.
Also low.
Everything's just low. But what are your thoughts on, I guess, the fact that we're now going to be changing to USB-Cs?
I saw it coming.
I still will never forget when I got that phone and there was like, oh, we're moving you to a USB-C cable. It's going to be the future and everything. And it's just it's so expensive to get this cord. It's like, man, nobody else got this fucking cord. Why you give me this shit?
You're just trying to rip me off, aren't you? Admit it.
Some bullshit.
Nah, I knew that was going to happen. It's like you get more speeds. It's like, yeah, whatever.
I'm sure we do. No, but I think that was practically it for the actual console reveal. I mean, it looks good in my opinion. Better than Xbox,
overall,
in my opinion.
I mean, definitely it looks more unique.
And I would like to put it this way for anybody who's like, oh, it doesn't look that great between the two Xbox and the PlayStation. The Xbox, you have it where it's just a bunch of fridge and trash can memes. The PlayStation, you actually have people drawing anime figures out of it. That should tell you much there.
Making all the anime comparisons.
Because them PS5 drawings are stacked, niggas.
Oh yes, they are. I've seen quite a few.
And this shit looks so good, you almost lick the screen. Just I'm gonna be real with you, I almost licked the screen.
No, don't do that.
I stopped myself.
Barely.
Barely stopped myself. I didn't want to stop myself, but I knew I had to.
But nah, I think overall, what would you give as a score for this event that happened?
Like an 8.
Same.
It would have been a 9, maybe even a 10 if they showed more. But because everything they showed was like, yeah, these are like concepts.
For me, it's more of like if we had gotten a chance to see more games like akin to the Miles Morales reveal or something like that, like IPs that we've been wanting to see come back for like ages, you know?
Yeah, like that would have done it. But because they didn't, and they're just like they're saving the best for last, and this ain't last.
Yeah. There was one point in the conference when they were saying like, "Oh, okay, you know, this is good." Like they were starting to say stuff like, "Oh, we're gonna start to wrap up soon," and that was like during the Dark Souls trailer. And then next thing you know, they still had like another 6 or 8 trailers or something afterwards.
Even during the PS5 reveal in and of itself, it's like the game, it's like they was like, all right, this is the PS5, but then they kept adding more shit. And then it's like, all right, this is the PS5. Oh, right, the digital edition, right? Yeah. Oh, the HD cam, the media remote. I was like, God, Jesus Christ. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm like jamming my ass off the whole time, but I'm not like I'm like, yo, I thought it was gonna end. It didn't end.
Yeah, it's just like I thought you showed the console, so we're good now.
Mm-hmm. And they just kept going and kept going and kept going.
Word. Makes sense. Well, I guess then. Well, I can give my score, which is 8. Practically what everybody said. But I guess we can go ahead and move on to the FGC stuff then, if there's nothing else.
I think we're good on the PlayStation one.
I thought you was about to say, I'm like, yo, we're good on the FGC one.
No.
Oh, we haven't even started that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing itself.
Man, people is acting wild today.
They've been acting wild for the past couple of weeks.
Dude,
Yep.
this quarantine, bro.
It makes people's true selves come out.
Yeah, right.
Apparently so, like shit. But well, I said, which one do we want to hit first? Do we want to hit the Skullgirls one? Do we want to hit what happened today? Like, where are we going first, boys?
We should.
I just want to take the time to share this one meme Jess sent me earlier. No, not this one. Again. No, that was a different one. I almost went into one of my NSFW discords.
No. Ooh.
Man, that wouldn't have helped a soul.
Thankfully, I'm not streaming this. I'm recording this. But yeah, like this is the one that Jess sent me.
"2020's been a shit show, and the next 5 months spelled Jason." Yikes!
They really do.
I know.
Nah, this isn't no Jason Voorhees shit. It's worse.
Yep.
But I think let's turn on the Wayback Machine and start with the Skullgirls shit.
Alrighty.
You mean people getting mad at Sonic Fox for being in the game?
Well, that too, actually.
Oh, that too? What was the other thing?
The current developer of the game, made a inappropriate joke on his stream about
Mike Z, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that. Okay.
It's like,
Ooh,
geez, Skullgirl's been having it lately.
like Skullgirls, man, has been in the shit.
I know some people are even mad because they're thinking like, "Oh my god, they're secretly starting to try to censor the game."
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. Let's not talk about that. We don't need to talk about that.
Because it's depressing enough as is.
That's right.
Yeah.
We don't need that right now. But what we can talk about is how people got mad that Sonic Fox was in the game, and I thought they made him care.
Be right back.
Fair
All
enough.
right.
But no, yeah, I'm with you. I thought they actually made him a character. It's like, I mean, if
And
you
it's like
don't,
it's like if they did make him a character, okay, I can understand why some people would be angry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's literally in the back. They are literally in the background. Like that's it. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
They're just there. They're just there. Hey, make sure you press buttons. Oh, this is what they're mad about. This is shit. This is the hill they wanted to fight on.
Mm-hmm.
And $5 says that he's not even like a character that shows up all the time. It's just like, okay, this time I went to training, it's the old teacher bitch. This time I go to training, this time it's Sonic Fox.
It's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
It's like even if you were to go and log into it now and then go to that stage, chances are it will either be Sonic Fox or the old teacher lady with the big boobies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, they're mad about that. They're mad about that. Whew, boy.
It's a weeb's rage.
That is a weeb's rage.
Although I can see where it comes from, me being a weeb too, but still.
I mean, this is some lore stuff. Like, if you're a real fan of Skullgirls, you know how in deep Sonic Fox is in that community.
He probably gave it. Sonic Fox is probably the reason why a bunch of people are even playing it now.
Probably.
Probably.
All for that, just for them to turn around and be like, "You are censoring our game. I want my anime titties."
Yeah, I probably guess that a lot of these people are new. Like, now that Skullgirls is at EVO and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I've been playing this forever. You know, I'm trying to join in and beat everybody up."
Not even that. It's like either they're new or they're just avid Sonic Fox haters.
That too. Which I will say, to be fair, he kind of brings it up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Some of it is self-inflicted.
Yeah, but I mean, like, not to this extent.
Not to where people are signing petitions just like, hey, take Sonic Fox out of your game or we will sue.
Yeah, that's a bit too far.
That's some Karen shit right there.
Straight up Karen shit.
Like that, like only a Karen would pull off a move like that.
No, yeah, that was a weird situation. I thought which is funny because that's not the first time something like that's happened, of like somebody being put into the game as like a background character.
What was the first time?
I think it was the two best friends, Wooly and I want to say Matt Muscles.
Right.
Yeah, they were put into the casino stage. Some other people were put in there too, including some things from Zone, who actually helps make some stuff in the game too. Yeah, a bunch of other things. There's a bunch of references now. Actually, now that I'm looking at it. And this is just like the one time people were just like, nope, I can't do this.
It's probably because like they think like Sonic Fox is too good. He shouldn't be in this game.
That are like not necessarily that they don't deserve to be in the game, but more along the lines that Sonic Fox talks a lot of shit.
Yeah, he does.
And it is severe out there.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that somebody, oh shit, you know what it is? It's probably because Sonic Fox is not very marketable.
Well, yeah, I can kind of see that. He makes it
I
tough
don't,
to,
and
not
I
every
don't,
gamer.
and when I say that, I don't mean family friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean marketable, as in like there is nothing about them that is marketable.
Hmm. I mean, like
Like,
even if you pull like anything, you can always come back to that kind of smug arrogance thing that kind of ruins it.
yeah, like, and it's like and it's like to be a pillar in the fighting game community. Sonic Fox shits on a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when you're at the top, and then when you're at the top, to say 99% of the people suck at this game anyway. It's just like I'm surprised that Sonic Fox hasn't lost the sponsorship yet, or got dropped from Echo Fox.
Like if he was any other player, they probably would have. But
That's what I'm
since
saying.
it's basically that it's the time like the name itself is the only thing that's granting immunity. The moment he starts fucking losing more tournaments than normal, I'm
Mhm.
guessing that's gonna be like there that like he's washed up, so this is our out.
Yeah, the magic's gone.
I mean, all the more reason why I don't want to be in the FGC anymore to begin with.
Yeah, but honestly, that's competitive in general. To be honest, it's just
I'm, I'm
really
not,
nitpicky
I,
here.
that's not, it's competition, yes, sure. I mean, for the sake of competition, I would definitely necessarily need to say that I'm the best in the world, but just at least I could be marketable with.
Hmm.
You know, it's like I they they're it's just it's the arrogance,
Hmm.
but also being being the literal pillar for gay and trans rights too. It's like it puts people in a really weird place because it's like you can't talk trash about Sonic Fox, because if you talk trash about Sonic Fox, you may automatically get labeled as like,
It's an isomphobe.
Yeah.
yeah, like a misinfo, trans hater, gay person hater, all that other all that other gay shit. And it's like what do you do?
Yeah.
Yep.
But no. Yep. Unfortunately, like Moop said, once that train starts hitting, it's
It's gonna hit hard. Yeah.
yeah.
I think I'm thinking if somebody else had stood up. I'm thinking if somebody else, literally anybody else, would stand up for gay and trans rights as much as Sonic Fox does, and also be more marketable and successful as they are, I feel like that'd be the end for 'em.
But at the end of the day, it would also require how much like skill they are, because it could be like they could have all of that stuff, but if they don't even make it to like the top 10, then people aren't just gonna give a shit.
But that's what I meant.
Well,
No, no, no.
I think that's
That's
debatable.
what I meant about. That's what I meant about success, though.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
I think
Like,
that's debatable too, because think about it. What if let's say for example, it was a Maximilian type person that did it? I feel like he would be enough to knock him out.
I agree. If someone as prolific as Maximilian,
Mm.
and
Like
it's
he's
like
not making top eights and whatnot, but he's probably one of the biggest
he
voices in the
no
FGC. Period.
he
right.
he is the biggest voice in the FGC.
Mm.
Yeah.
I go as far as to say he's the biggest voice. But
Mm.
you want to know how I know? I don't even play the games he loves, and I know how much influence he has.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I've been just a Tekken player and sometimes the occasional anime player, and I know how great Maximilian is.
Mm.
Maximilian is that dude. I want to be as cool as Maximilian.
Mm.
I'm gonna say it right here. Maximilian is my spirit animal.
No.
Cause goddamn it, I want those luscious locks. Fuck.
But yeah, I would say if you can get that kind of success, you don't really need to make the top eights like he does. He just does it in so many things that makes it kind of crazy.
I mean, true. Like, because I was like, skill definitely is an important factor, so that gets the eyes on you. But
Mm.
yeah, I can definitely see what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, and a lot of Sonic Fox's true colors, quote unquote, kind of leaks through some.
Mm-hmm.
When and that personality leaks through, especially when they're talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you see any of us when we're talking trash, we don't necessarily we talk trash just for the sake of competition. If we get smacked up, we're just getting smacked up, and we're gonna laugh about it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mhm.
but if Sonic Fox ever got smacked up, right? I feel like it would be a lot more scathing.
Mm-hmm.
He'd probably like find your weaknesses, and even though he lost, he'd probably be like, okay, well, this is why you suck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just take a look at back in MKX when he almost lost when they almost lost the Tekken Master. He was getting super serious mode then. Like there was no more like, oh, I'm a happy-go-lucky. Like, nah, I'm like he was really like, oh my god, we need to do something.
And that goes into another thing.
Hmm.
That goes into a whole brand new thing. We need to stop. We need to stop doing shit. I mean, not stop doing shit. Rather, we need to start holding characters responsible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say though that I kind of feel that given the current stuff going on today, it's gonna be a lot easier to, since this isn't like a lot of the stupid takes that a lot of the characters are having. This is more or less like you guys aren't at a tournament setting. This is you fucking talking right now, and like any of like the idiotic, like the bad takes, the racist shit, or like all of that stuff like that's coming out of your mouth. We acknowledge it that shit is you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like that. That was my point. Because like a lot of these, because well, especially in the past, a lot of people just let shit go because it's like, well, especially TOs and shit like that. Like they know that these people are terrible, but they let them in because shit, like I've got a business to run.
They bring the numbers.
Yep.
They bring the numbers in, but now we're in such a state where it's like these tournament organizers don't need these big names no more.
Mm-hmm.
I think it like it's the best time for them to clean house since they're not making as much money as they can.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it makes sense. Why? Yeah.
And in that turn, they're going to create brand new stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And somehow I feel like that's going to benefit more people. Are going to be eating after that because everybody's a beast, right? If you have the nuts, if you're a guy, if you have the fortitude, if you're any non-disclosed gender of your preference, right, to go to a tournament offline. I know we can't do it now, but if you were to do it before and in the future, that takes a lot to do just that.
What Eddie is saying is sponsor us.
What? What the
I know,
hell?
just trying to mean.
The fuck
What?
now?
That's not what I'm saying yet.
No, that's what I'm meaning.
Yes.
Now, before I was really interrupted, I was gonna get there, right?
You spoiled the surprise.
Yeah, but I feel like with these new, if we were able to make new stars, make new Sonic Foxes, make new Filipino champs, and make new Maximilians. No, there's no such thing as a new Maximilian. Maximilian's
I
great.
think he's got a one-time thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like he's gonna be there for a good minute.
But I mean along the lines of people who are just quality people. I feel like if there was more people like it, more people like that in the limelight, the FGC would seem like a much more welcoming place because it sure as fuck ain't right now.
I feel like one of the people that I'm sure that they're gonna start rising up a lot more considerably after all of this is gonna be Ernesto.
Yeah, Ernesto is great.
Like he's great. He's a real positive dude and all. And I feel like if there's anyone who's gonna be like more people are gonna start to pay attention to him, it's gonna be him.
Yes.
Because of all of this, like because we are gonna be losing a lot more toxic people. Because like some of the big stuff about like some of the more toxic characters that are being lost, like Filipino champ. And I mean, like, let's face it, one of the burns that like I saw on Twitter that I commented on was that like someone was saying, like, oh, I'm Filipino champ and I'm fucking lonely and I haven't been relevant since Marvel 3. Um, so fucking, you're gonna have like a lot of those people that are gonna have like the stupid takes, a lot of the people that are just aren't doing anything. Uh, and this is gonna be the chance for like some people that are actually getting some decent shit out there. They're gonna start to build up more, and like their reputation might go up faster than it originally would have gone if none of the quarantine stuff happened.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Because quarantine in and of itself has made new stars because a lot of shit is moving online.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, just like everybody else from the past, that character is gonna show out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And if that character shows out, oh boy.
It's pretty much going to be like, well, this is really me, and the real me is a scumbag, and people are going to be like, cancel this man.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I am against cancel culture.
You and me both.
Cancel culture is a cancer, right? You see what I did there? You like that? I think I like that too. Solid 7 out of 10.
I'll give you that.
All right. Like cancel culture is definitely a cancer, but I think it's subjective. We need to be a hell of a lot more subjective about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because what F Champ has said definitely should get him canceled, right?
Yep.
Because he's saying something anti-Semitic about, well, shit, not even his own race, but considering what the hell we're all going through at the moment, to say some shit like that, that's a character being let shown to the world right there.
Mm-hmm.
Anti-Semitic is he said something anti-Jewish too?
Yes. No.
What did he say?
No.
Don't make him say it. We're not trying to get canceled.
We're journalists in this sense, which means that we can say it because we are trying to inform the people.
I ain't no damn.
Like me, I'm people.
My nigga, I ain't no damn gaming journalist. I know how to do an electric.
Does it look like I can't get through a tutorial?
I was just about to say, goddamn it, I can play Cuphead.
Who the hell do you take us for? No, but like to cancel someone over that I feel is necessary because that's the type of person that's breeding why people aren't in the FGC to begin with. They're the reason why people don't feel comfortable with themselves at tournaments. People like that are spawning why bitches and shit are getting roofied at Evo parties.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because it's just that shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
calling somebody gay ain't nothing to cancel somebody over.
Nope.
Nah.
Because like the way I see it is, cancel culture is like that one like card in like a card game that is like it's worthless 90% of the time, but when you can get it to work, it fucking works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's Exodia.
Is that 5 cards?
Exodia is 5 cards. But the 6th card, the dick of Exodia. No, the dick of is getting slapped upside multiple people's head for the dumb shit that they keep saying. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the intention makes sense, but the execution of it is just absolutely terrible.
It's awful like most of the time. That's why people don't take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why whenever these allegations and shit come up, that's why we need to see, I don't want to say probe them for information.
We need to do
analytical.
Yeah, like we need to do a lot of research on it because it's like I can make a joke about a trans person, right?
Hmm.
And somebody may come after my ass for that. But at the same time, if they did the research, they would know that not only do I support trans rights, but I have, you know, you know, I want to say I've supported the trans community. That's what I will say. Because you know why? Because you know what I was originally going to say? I was going to say I have trans friends. And that's like if somebody calls somebody a nigga and saying like, I can't possibly be against this. My friends are black.
I was just about to say, you're about to pull a Filipino champ there. He literally just did that today.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he did. But
What I was gonna say is like, you're not against the trans community. You'd fuck Poison.
my nigga, you understand?
I'd fuck Poison too.
Like, my
I
nigga
think about
understands.
it.
What you mean think about it? You might as well just say yes under the proper circumstances, nigga.
Proper circumstances. I like that.
That's all I would think about it means. Like if all the stars fell in line like a perfect fusion, like we did on Xenoverse that one time, Jazz.
I gotta find that picture.
If it works out like that, you're pretty much saying yes, I would. Boom, we in there. It's Poison. Poison's hot.
Yes. Wholeheartedly agree.
All part of my point. We need to do more research before we cancel these.
I thought you were gonna say all part of my point. We need to fuck Poison.
Say, wait, how do we get here?
How would that? I just said I would. What more do you want from me?
Maybe Jazz doesn't understand.
I don't see how we got from cancel culture to fucking Poison.
Well, you kind of can't see the rope on that one though.
It's related.
So the point that we were trying to make from cancel culture is to fuck Poison. All right, sure, why not?
Well, they can't cancel us if we say we'd fuck Poison.
Look,
if we willingly admit it.
Hear me out. Hear me out, right? Fuck Poison. But also fuck Poison. In italics.
Italics. Gotta make sure. No.
Punctuation.
But yeah, you get my point. We got to do more research. We got to ask more questions. We have to make sure that it makes sense to kick somebody out of something for their behavior. Because it's like the way cancel culture is, I can stub my toe on my door and scream out "motherfucker," and people just think I'm some type of asshole.
Yep.
When in fact that's not why I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole for 25
completely
different
different reasons. It's like this whole big circle is exactly why I'm an asshole. You're using this tiny slice of salad to fucking tell me why I'm fucking why I should get canceled.
Exactly. Exactamundo.
Agreed.
And that's my point right there.
Yeah, I gotcha. Makes sense.
I agree.
Yeah. But I will say, like, there was one thing I did say on stream about the whole like Skullgirls thing and Mike Z. Because I did see the narrative, which it seems to have died down. So thankful for that. But there was a whole narrative of like, yeah, this is the game that's at your Evo now, huh? It's like, okay, first off, he wasn't the sole person who made that game. In fact, he wasn't the original person who made that game.
Right.
And secondly, like, there's a whole community you're trying to ban for this one person.
Yeah, Exactamundo.
Yep.
Like, y'all need to fucking chill.
Although, I mean, like, don't say it to Nuvomi. She'd probably get kind of annoyed based off of the shit I've seen with her on Twitter.
I've kind of talked to her about it. We're at ends.
Like, agree to disagree?
Yeah. Yeah, but, yeah, I say chill the fuck out on that shit. But, yeah, that's all I really want to say on that. Do we have anything else we wanted to say about the FGC stuff?
Nope.
I think on behalf of Venom, he'd probably be saying fuck Filipino champ.
That he would. But, nope, I guess we can go on to the next thing, which is Evo are like and things we want to anticipate do for the the what's it called, the reveals versus probably
Mm-hmm.
the reality of what we're probably gonna get for the reveals. Um, and I would guess we should probably just kind of go in order of the games. I guess.
Yeah.
Let me bring up the thing first so I can just post it in the Discord. Um, but I guess we can start off with like maybe something fairly simple. I think was Dragon Ball, right?
Uh, can you post the like the full lineup, like exhibition and main games and all that stuff? Or
I can pull up the quote exhibition games, which were technically almost all of these.
all right.
And as far as the main lineup, let me see if I can find the image for that. While we discuss this. Um,
Right, because like I'm not gonna remember all of them. That's why. But we'll start off with Dragon Ball. Well, in the meantime, so chances are that it's gonna be like the next DLC character. Um, which I mean, I've heard some rumors about two characters that it might be. Actually, no, three.
hmm.
I heard that one of them was gonna be either Sin or Omega Shenron.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was gonna be Master Roshi,
That'd be you.
and yeah, and I mean I think so too. And then the last one, I hope to God this one's not true, but it like the third one I heard was Raditz.
God damn. That would be hilarious to end on.
Like that would be like the worst note to end on.
I would laugh so fucking hard if that happened.
Like if Raditz made it into the game, I'd be like, that's it. Online is dead to me.
That would be so funny. I would laugh so hard.
I'd be pissed off that I wasted my money on for the season pass,
No.
and it was at a steal too.
No. Yeah.
That would be the worst possible moment to end it on.
But what if it was evil Super Raditz? Like evil
See-
Yamcha?
See, I was thinking that. I was like, evil Raditz maybe not so bad, but evil Yamcha would be the best possible choice.
I would be open to evil Yamcha just to see what the hype is all about.
Man.
You never win against evil Yamcha.
I don't have Xenoverse 2.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, you missed a lot. Oh boy.
I got the chills just thinking about it.
It must be bad.
Oh, he was bad.
Oh, bro. A group,
Like you throw your controller bad or what?
a group of eight of the most overpowered people in the world could not take him down.
What?
Legit.
Like a full group of 8 Super Saiyan Blue somebodies could not take him down.
I legit think that is the third, if not second, toughest fight in the game.
Oh man, who was the first?
It was one of those like big boss ones. Which I think it was Boo. I think it was.
Yeah, Boo would be difficult to sell.
No, it wasn't Boo. It was Janemba, because he would turn into Janemba in the actual thing, and then like
Right.
you just had to keep spamming, or else he would kill you all in one hit.
Yeah, we don't deserve that.
Yeah, that was the toughest fight in the game, but Evil Yamcha was a close second.
Wow. I might have to look him up.
This is bullshit. But yeah, I've been hearing about those rumors for Dragon Ball fighters as well. I would be interested to see what Roshi could do.
Like, because one thing I've told Jazz Eddie is that like I recently downloaded Dragon Ball OG and Z.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm gonna get to see like all of the shit that Master Roshi pulled. I'm sure by the end of it I'm gonna be fucking like absolutely convinced that Roshi needs to be in the fucking game.
All right. Alrighty.
But I'm still laughing over Reddit.
Such a bad idea.
I kind of want it to happen. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't, because I don't want fucking slot wasters.
You don't want double Sunday? Keep your eye on the birdie.
And others? What are the others, Jess?
Some other weird terms of like different days of the week. Because I'm pretty sure that's all he had, really.
I don't even know who the fuck came up with those names. They're idiots.
Probably someone who was thinking, let's just throw something in there. We're starting a new series. You don't have to think too hard.
I know, right? It's just like, who watches anime anyway? Back in the 90s.
Right?
But, yeah, other than that, as far as that list goes, I kind of am indifferent.
Yeah, same.
They're just gonna be really laggy.
So what else is new?
Exactly. Man.
Okay, good.
But you know what? No Smash.
No Smash, that is true.
No, yeah, they're having their own tournament, and I'm sure that they're having their own problems.
In their own lag.
Yep.
That's going to be beautiful to watch.
It's like fighting under quicksand.
That's being generous.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go next on the list, because we haven't got much else to say about Dragon Ball.
All right, so Tournament of Champions. No, I'm just playing.
I don't even know. I don't even know what Tournament of Champions is.
That was supposed to be the Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but
yeah,
didn't happen. So
why isn't Marvel vs. Capcom 2 happening?
The online, like, there's like, I think it's like the online for MVC 2 on the PlayStation 3 copies are garbage and unavailable.
Oh,
well,
right.
they're not exactly garbage. It's actually not terrible because I've played it a couple of times. It's actually not that bad. But yeah, the game's not available. So
yeah. So how would they be able to make that work?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like, I'm sure at this point most people's PlayStation 3s are broken down.
Yeah, or they've deleted the game like off the thing, and you probably can't get it back somehow.
Yeah.
But next would be Under Night in Birth. Literally, I know nothing.
Me neither.
Under Night in Birth actually has solid online, but let me tell you why. Because it is a 2D anime game, that game takes nothing.
So basically, like a Persona 4 Arena.
Mm-hmm. Because you know how that game had really good online. The main reason why that it had good online was not because of like the actual online stuff. It's just that the game uses so little resources that the bandwidth doesn't get soaked up.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I think that's the new Under Night in Birth, right?
Yes.
See, I played one. I had played one of the old ones, and the old ones I had even played some games online, and it was pretty smooth. Yeah, those anime games have great connections.
Makes sense. I mean, I would maybe guess another character or something.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You're talking about the culture of the. God damn it! I talked about the wrong thing. It's like Under Night Birth, cool game, not bad, but yeah, probably a new character.
Good enough.
Out of curiosity, Jess, have they released all the characters for BB Tag?
By now, I think they still have like 2 more left.
Have they announced who they are?
Oh yeah, they announced that way back when.
Who is it?
I don't know. I don't care about that game. I didn't know. I didn't know the characters when they announced them, so it's like whatever.
Maybe Rowdy might know or something. I guess I'll ask him.
Yeah, definitely ask Rowdy. That's definitely his story. It's just under this. When I saw them, I was like, cool. But I guess we can move on to the next one because there's nothing more to say about Under Night.
Yeah.
Which I guess if we go down would be Tekken 7. Well, we already know season 4 is coming. It's already been leaked.
Mm-hmm.
We already know it's 5 things.
I feel like it's gonna be a trailer kind of similar to the one we saw at Evo last year,
Mm-hmm.
where it's gonna be like a cinematic trailer, and it's gonna be like, this is the things that we're coming out with.
But here's the thing.
Like it's a roadmap trailer.
Yeah. But like, here's the thing. Do you think they're gonna show more gameplay changes in that trailer, or is it just gonna be more like balance stuff? Because like when we saw it at the Evo, they had like everybody's doing the wall bounce and all this other stuff and whatnot. Do you think it's gonna be more of that, or just something like more in general kind of stuff?
No, it'll be general changes that only the Tekken fans would know.
Mm.
Because season 4 is most likely the end of support. Because Tekken 7, after season 1, when they came out with the first season pass, that's like, all right, this is what we got. They literally came up with seasons 2, 3, and 4 literally off support alone. Like, they didn't even think they was going to make it that far.
Mm-hmm.
And here they are. So they're just like, we're just going to do something to make the players happy. And they're also trying to work on rollback netcode.
Mm-hmm. This makes sense. Now, of course, the question of what do we want to see in this season 4?
I want to see people shut the hell up. That's what I want to see.
That ain't never gonna happen.
People not asking for shit.
I wish that would happen.
It's just like, Mr. Harada, I am here to ask you for shit. He takes off the glasses, just start beating the shit out of somebody.
He fucking does the Hey Hachi's rage art.
Doesn't get canceled. He's like, yeah, you deserved it. You asked Harada for shit when years ago he made it a point to never ask him for shit. But I don't think it's gonna be nothing spectacular like when season 2 came out and it was spectacular. Then season 3 came out and it was even more spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
This will be spectacular, but it won't be like, oh my god, Kiryu Kazuma's in Tekken. That ain't happening.
No, I think they already said they're done with guest characters too. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Like they can't do that. So if anything, the Yoshimitsu Discord wants Kunimitsu back.
Imagine they say we're not gonna do any more guest characters, but then they bring in another Street Fighter character.
I don't think that'd be a great idea with the
No.
current climate of Tekken right now. Because there's still a hot topic debate about Geese and Akuma. And the last thing you want to do is add another thing on top of that pile.
Another character that uses bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, then if that's the case, then Kiryu can be in the game because he's a heat gauge.
Well, I thought about that.
That was a joke.
Well, it's
I still have thoughts on it.
I still have thoughts and dreams.
And that's all well and good.
No.
But I don't think it's gonna be nothing like that.
Yeah. No, because I was just thinking that heat thing could tie to his rage.
Well, yeah, that'd be a real way of simplifying it. Hell, it's more likely than Tifa will be in the game than over Kiryu.
I mean, yeah.
At this point, yeah.
That seems more likely without the modders.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But
So, I mean, we'll see. Last chance for June to get in.
at this point,
Okay, buddy.
at this point, like, I feel like it's too late. Like, they're gonna probably do that for the next game if they're even thinking about it.
Like that ship has sailed.
Yeah, it sailed like a season ago, if not that. Like, if anything, like, definitely Kunimitsu probably has a great chance. There was someone else I was thinking.
Let me ask you this, Jess. Like, say like she does make it in. It's just that thing of like it's the worst timing ever. Like, what would be your thoughts on it?
I I would be of two minds. Because yes, she's in the game, but there's a possibility she could be getting the same quote treatment as say Julia is having now. Which is, I don't know if y'all been looking at kind of the stats of how people have been playing the characters lately, but
That people aren't playing Julie.
exactly. And now as the time goes on, people are kind of more and more playing her. I don't want that to happen to June, because then they could be like with the same thing with Anna and Lay. Oh, you didn't play these characters, oh fuck you.
And the whole time you'd be screaming like, "You fuckers put her in too late. That's why."
I mean, and honestly, would I be wrong to be honest?
No, absolutely not. I feel like there's gonna be characters in a lot of fighting games where they put them in like at the last season, and you're like, "This is the worst season to have put these specific characters in."
Exactly. Like you didn't give them a chance, so how are you going to use this data really like that?
Yeah, because there's like some characters in Street Fighter Five, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But it's like I feel like the same effect is gonna happen with them in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think tracking usage stats for Julia isn't fair, but using tracking usage stats for Lei and Anna is a little bit more fair because they came in at season 1.
Well, I wouldn't like. I'm with you. It's not fair, but at the same time, like if you look at interviews of why X character wasn't in 7, that's kind of what they gave was the user data.
like usually people weren't playing the character.
Yeah, that was their excuse. So if they're probably gonna keep using that excuse, probably, and if that's the case,
And they're being too business heavy on it.
yeah,
Because when it comes to a business decision like that, they put a lot of resources in it, and they're like, "Yo, we want to make money off of this."
mm-hmm.
So they do what they think is best, and it ain't always the best, but they're in different shoes than we are.
Because I mean, if we go off that user data, people like Noctis and Negan are at the top. But I doubt they're gonna put them in the game again.
They're not gonna be in Tekken 8.
Not if I got anything to say about it.
And like honestly, one thing that I find absolutely nuts is the fact that Armor King is up there in top 5. Like,
Nope, not surprised.
I'm not surprised either.
I would say maybe top 15, maybe even top 10 at the end, but top 5, really?
People like Armor Kings, dog.
Where did this love come from? Because honestly, think about like say I don't well, let's not take Tekken 2 because everybody was doing clone characters in that one. But like think about like other games. Like, do you really think people were really playing Armor King in that point?
In Tekken 6,
Yeah.
I think everybody played a little bit of Armor King in Tekken 6.
See, I don't think so. I don't think a lot of people were really playing him like that in Tekken 6. And
Right.
like the only reason I would say like even Tag 2 is because it was King and Armor King, so wrestler group buddies, yeah.
Yeah, but you're forgetting about how impressionable people got when JDCR was using Heihachi and Armor King.
Which is very true. I won't deny that at all, but I still think it was more of the two together. Because I mean, think about it. How many people did you see do that team?
What, Armor King and Heihachi?
Yeah, like that wasn't
No.
really that popular.
You're right. You have a point there. It's just I that's not a question I can ask because I played Armor King for a little bit in Tag 2,
Mm-hmm.
and so did Jin,
Mm-hmm.
and so did Ross,
Mm-hmm.
and so did you.
Well, I memed with him, to be honest.
But like it's like we contributed to those stats,
Mm-hmm.
and when they ask about characters, just like, hey, if we put this character in the game, will you play him? And they say yeah, and it's like the only characters that people aren't playing like that was Lei and Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else seems to get played a decent amount, especially considering like versus core characters.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people are playing the game. People are playing Julia. People are playing Falcon Ron. People are playing Leroy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People are playing these characters because these characters are loved. Lei is a meme, and Anna is just a Nina clone with shorter hair and a fatter ass.
Hmm.
And they're both pretty fucking thick, if you ask me.
Yeah, for the most part, really. Like, there's honestly, when it comes to like quote clone characters, I will say like even though there is a difference between Anna and Nina, they are kind of similar in a lot of ways. To the point where like if you lost one per se, are you really like other than the character itself? Are you really losing something?
Like the problem isn't that they're two different characters. The problem is that they are too similar.
Yeah.
And it's like take every Mishima for example. Every Mishima has some of the same core shit, but they're different.
Mm-hmm.
You take Yoshimitsu and Kunimitsu, they are different. They share moves, but they are different.
Mm-hmm. Like doesn't like Kunimitsu barely have any lows?
She in Tech 2, she didn't have very many lows, and she took a risk on a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
But she had way more moves that you could teleport with than Yoshimitsu had.
Mm-hmm.
But you take what the Mishimas are different, the Manjis are different. Hell, when Bruce and Brian were in the game, because Brian is a clone off of like Tekken 2 Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he started off, and he became his own character and everything. And even then, they were still incredibly different.
That's for user data if anybody wanted to have it. But yeah, that's which I've always found kind of interesting how that ended up happening, because Bruce seems to like everybody's like bring back Bruce, but no one seems to really want to support him according to history.
It's like, yeah, people wanted Bruce back, but it's like I feel like Bruce fell into the same trap that Anna and Lei fell into, except Anna and Lei got into the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know how Falkenraum is taking over the world right now.
Well, because he's busted.
he's busted, but he's still blessed with being different.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows Muay Thai. But like Josie knows Muay Thai as well, but they're fucking different.
Mm-hmm.
They're more. There's more than you can count on more than one hand what differences they have. But Anna and Nina, can you count on two hands the differences they got? And I mean, can you like without nitpicking? Can you really find up to or past 10 differences that they have?
I probably could, but that's because their move lists are so big.
Right.
Because I mean, you have the one where like Anna has a flip, Nina doesn't. Mm-hmm. You have the one where like her down 3-4-1 is different from Nina's down 3-4-3-4. Like there's that differences. Like there's a couple of differences if you really think about it. There are differences.
Those aren't differences if you ask me.
How so?
None of those are differences because in the sense that the input is the same, but they have the same function. They also have the same function.
The input's not the same. Down 3-4-1? That's not the same.
Oh, it ain't.
You say no, they're not.
But to the same token, they ain't different enough.
I think they are though, because you can tell the differences between their frames and stuff as well. Like there are differences between those moves. It's just you see them as similar things.
I'm not arguing that they're not different. I'm arguing that they're not different enough. Their game plan
I would argue
relatively
against that. Well,
you always want to argue against it. like if it involves a female character, you are ready to fucking argue at any given moment. They're not different enough.
I mean, if you can pull out a male one for me, I might try. I can't think of a male one as the same.
Dude, okay, but now that we think about it, there are really no male characters that are really similar.
That's what I was like saying. Like, if you can give me a male one, I could try, but where?
But we really can't here.
Yeah, because there literally isn't.
We've been on Tekken for way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, like we haven't even gotten to the point of reality of what they might do.
Realistically, they're going to give us maybe new gameplay balances. Maybe the other part of that balance update that they were supposed to give us.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to show off a new character that they've been working on,
Mm-hmm.
and Falcon Rom's going to get his hitbox increased.
Yeah, as he should. Fucking piece of shit.
As he should.
They're just buffing the wrong characters for the wrong reasons.
But I guess quickly for me, for what I would want, scenario mode kind of style mode. Maybe 2 characters. Not maybe no more than that. Probably Kunimitsu and someone else. I don't know what else I would want really, other than those 3 things. Oh, Tekken Bowl, not Tekken Bowl. Tekken Ball.
Tekken Ball, yeah.
Yeah.
Or make Tekken, or at least make Tekken Bowl online.
That too. They should have done that like 3 seasons ago.
They should have did in season 0.
Yeah. Like that was just a huge misstep. I don't even see how you could have made that mistake.
That is true. Me neither.
But I think that's pretty much all I have for that one. Anyone else?
I got nothing.
All right, Street Fighter.
So I mean, they pretty much like flat out said what it is that they're gonna have for the season. If there's anything, if there's gonna be anything, I don't know if they're gonna have like a character like ready. I think they might have like another like they might have a trailer similar to how they had that intro to not Champion Edition, the version before that, Arcade Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Like how they had that like cinematic and they were showing off the characters and like that.
Mm.
I feel like they might have something like that.
Interesting.
But I guess to put it in the format, what I would want to see is some gameplay action.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm expecting is going to be the CG trailer.
And that's it. Nothing else. Like no tomato or anything like that.
I don't feel like they're gonna do it like that. Honestly, like the last season, like season 4 was so weird that I can't really expect anything like that. If it was like going off of like season 3, I probably would think that I'd like, oh, they're gonna be revealing this character and he's gonna be coming out tomorrow and blah blah blah. But after season 4 and like all the weirdness that happened then, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna take like the simple route.
Mm-hmm.
Cause yeah, like there was a thing with 3 leaked characters, and then next thing you know is like they're announcing Gil and Seth, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to see that coming from any point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like they have also the leaked characters too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're gonna release them as like some sort of pack or something. And what I mean by that is like how they released Honda, Poison, and Lucia.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're probably gonna be spreading them out across the year or something like that. If they do it as a pack, I mean, it kind of would make sense since they would be like part of the last season, so they would want people to have those like get a hold of those characters as soon as possible. Because it kind of references the whole June thing I was asking earlier, Jess, about like the whole they put June out in Tekken 7, but at this point you're thinking to yourself like it's too late. Why invest my time into something that's barely gonna last anything at all?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I can see both angles, but I don't think they're gonna release the characters like that close to each other like that. The only thing that would make me consider that being a possibility is if before Street Fighter's showcase, there's like a 5 gigabyte fucking download or something like that.
What did I say? So they're pulling the well, not that big, But that's a COD experience.
Yeah, but I mean, like a fucking fraction of one of the previous huge patches.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've had like 3 or 4 of them that are just massive.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've heard, the last big patch that they had was fucking trending.
It was doing more than that. People were super pissed.
Yeah.
And the memes just kept flying, like saying, just looking at all the games I have to delete for my next COD update.
Like your hard drive for COD feels exactly the same way your wallet does every time a Steam sale comes around. It's like I just spent $50 on 258 games. What the fuck? I ain't even gonna play all of them. I just bought it because it was a nickel.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's funny. But now, like, as far as like that goes, I do kind of wonder if they're gonna talk more about their little Olympic thing or whatever. Like how that was supposed to happen and it didn't and stuff and whatnot. And how are they gonna go for the Capcom Cup and whatnot?
I mean, on the one hand, I kind of feel like they got off light in regards to the whole Olympics thing, because we were saying it was gonna be a shit show.
Oh yes, absolutely.
But
100%.
so it's like we still think it's gonna be a shit show, but considering it's just like smaller scale for Evo, like that's what I'm saying. They got off light. Like Evo expected the shit show that is Street Fighter V's new netcode. The world wasn't.
No, I'm just interested in that because of the whole Capcom Cup thing and online tourney circuits are kind of popping up all over the place now.
Yeah. If there's anything I would actually want out of this is if there's anything that I would want to be surprised by in regards to Street Fighter is a new netcode, because every time they've been trying to fix it, it's actually gotten worse. At least for me. Like, I haven't been playing as much because of the new netcode.
You know me, I don't like that lag. You get that shit out of my face. Fuck out my face!
And like I've said before, like, previous iterations, like, I think around the time when Ed was coming out, I think we played once, and that was still playable. This last one, it was way worse.
Like, it was insanely worse. Like, I don't understand how it got that bad.
And like I mean, we've had this discussion before about like, oh, they should be using the fucking Marvel Infinite netcode, or they need a fucking test it better, like outside of Japan and all that. Like we've fucking been doing the same song and dance for a while.
And that they still can't keep learning this lesson, old man.
They need to get that fish to threaten no.
But no. I can't really think of anything outside of what you've said as far as like anticipation stuff and whatnot.
I mean, yeah, because like they've already got their characters planned out. There's already been the leaks, which I mean, cool if it is, cool if it isn't. Because I have one at Oral back to so I could check them out in 5. If there's anything I will since it's the last season, one thing I will say that overall end game, the thing that I'm the happiest about when it comes to Street Fighter V is that some characters, like they did come up with some pretty cool new characters like Rashid and Laura. I'm glad that they gave a chance to some of the lesser used characters like Mika and Karen. I'm glad that they changed around some of the movesets for like the Shotos, so that each one felt unique. You know, you're not just fucking doing like they barely feel any different. I really wish they would have kept up with the whole fucking interactive stage concept, because I really did like that. And I'm like, there's like, I'd have to like write down all the positive stuff I liked, because Abigail, one of the characters that I would say that like in presentation, like the presentation, I remember everyone hated it. at the end of the day, though, Abigail ended up being like, yeah, it's just another character.
Mm-hmm. I still hate that character.
And I mean, like, I feel like it's like at least you hate him in a regular sense, not in like what the hell am I fighting kind of sense.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, do you have anything more for Street Fighter?
No, I don't play Street Fighter.
And next up,
Elena might be coming back.
ew. Okay, moving on from that one.
No, she needs to be.
Samurai Showdown.
I'm just yelling like Elena. You're just like Samurai Showdown.
Ew.
Okay, fine. I can talk about Samurai Showdown. Iroha's fun as hell.
Ew.
Narua is also funny as hell.
She also thick as hell.
That she is. Also, ew, you play her.
This is like that's why I'm okay with talking about Samurai Showdown. I can still make you say fucking ew.
Hate that fucking character. She's a nuisance.
She's fine.
She's a nuisance to society.
I need to play with Ross more so that I can fucking keep playing her.
I'm sure he'd be happy to. Pretty sure that's the main game he plays these days.
To my knowledge, yeah. He's also really pretty good. He's also pretty damn good.
Hmm.
I had a hard time beating him because he was doing some fucking trickery shit. It was like if somehow Yoshi made it into Samsho.
Yeah, that's pretty much that character in a nutshell.
Yeah, I know it starts with a K, but I always forget his name.
Don't ask me. I'm about to say he's kind of forgettable, in my opinion. As far as what's possibly next for them, I guess would probably be the rumored guest character, probably. Who everybody's probably thinking is like coming from Soul Calibur.
Yep. I've thought about it, and it might be one of two characters because who knows how long the support's gonna go on for Samsho.
Hmm.
It's either gonna be the guest character, or it might be the boss from the first one.
The wizard.
Yeah.
See, that'd be kind of weird for the way the story went, but eh.
I mean, yeah, like don't get me wrong, I understand that, but I do feel like because SNK, or rather, the way the DLC goes, a lot of times they'll bring in characters that are just like, "What are you doing here? Don't fucking ask questions."
Yeah. Mm. I mean, if
But
they
yeah,
did
like
bring the
those are
wizard,
my two guesses.
if they did bring the wizard, his fighting style would have to be toned down a lot because he does a lot of iframe bullshit.
Yeah, he's basically like a worse version of Minot.
Mm-hmm. But we'll see. Because I can't really think of anybody else who you would want to kind of end a season pass off with. Then again, they did have Ganryu in Tekken 7, but
Was he the end?
he was
that was
the
Takumura.
end, but he
Yeah.
might as well have been the end because he was the reveal at the same time.
Yeah.
But no, as far as the possible guest character goes, I think most people have thought it would be Yoshi, right?
Like the two that we thought were gonna be the most common choices were Yoshi and Mitsurugi.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that thinks that they might want to go for like a really well-known like Soul Calibur character. So like I'm not saying I believe this. I'm just saying that there might be a chance that they might go with Nightmare. Like my thought process is they're gonna want a character that people look at and they just go like Soul Calibur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see it.
But if there's one that I would say like I would want to see, like the one I would want to see in Sam show, it would probably be Yoshi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see them doing Nightmare. It'd be fucking hard as shit to fight though. Um,
Oh god, I imagine his swings would be huge.
yeah, they have to kind of slow him down a bit. um, but yeah, I think that's really probably all they're gonna do. Well, maybe a season 3. They may announce that with maybe one character. Kind of similar to what they did last year.
There's also the possibility of them showing some SNK footage.
This is true, but I don't see them doing KOF 15.
Oh, shit, that's what I meant.
So I feel like if they were gonna do anything, it'd be something else, like some other game maybe that SNK is doing.
I don't know about that.
See, yeah, I mean, because honestly, I don't see them doing 15. It's still too early.
Probably. Well, like I think if we're gonna get anything 15 related, it might just be like a trailer.
Yeah, even then, I don't see that happening.
Because all we had during Evo was just the announcement teaser. Them saying just like it's in development. I think that we might get like an actual video, but it's not gonna be like actual in-game footage. It's just gonna be just like a CG video.
It's just possible, but I just still don't see it. I still don't see that happening. But it's definitely possible though.
Yeah.
Because another thing you have to take into account is the fact that Corona happened, so everything slowed down over there.
True. I mean, although I think Japan opened up now.
Even still, like they have a lot of catching up. Because the whole thing about Japanese culture is they're not used to that whole stay-in thing at all. So they had to adjust to that completely, and now they're going back to what they're known to do. So now they're re-adjusting.
That's true.
But no.
I mean, yeah, like those are my picks for characters.
But I think that would be it for Sam's show. Now we can move on to the one that I think I'm the only one who knows anything about anything unless this is Grand Blue.
Skip.
I mean, technically we could, because I mean anything could happen in this fucking game as far as DLC goes, including the announcement of a season 3 before season 2 is even done. Because the only one we know that's coming for season 2 is Belial. Who Gabby can't stop gasming over. Yeah, other than that, it's up in the air because there's just too many fucking characters in the Grand Blue kind of universe that could literally come for that. So yeah, I mean that's all I can really say about that one.
Hooray!
I don't have shit to add.
So moving on to Soul Calibur 6.
Dante from the Devil May Cry series was
Yes.
I mean, it could be possible. I don't see it happening this season. Maybe next one.
Yeah, maybe next season. No, I actually got that.
I mean, yeah, after 2B and Haomaru, like you can't really say no.
Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna say no to it, but
Iroha comes to Soul Calibur 6.
No.
Oh, please, yes.
Also possible.
Like I also want to add into they should announce that Ivy is being deleted from the game.
That's never gonna happen.
No.
Yeah, I know, right? Ivy is a fucking moneymaker.
With their moneymakers.
With her moneymakers, yes.
No, because like we're literally at the last 2 characters, which most people are seeing that we're probably going to be returning characters. Granted,
Yeah.
the question is, are they going to be the returning people that everybody's been asking for?
Maybe
Which ones
not.
have they been asking for?
Wang and Setsuka.
I don't know either of these two.
Wang's the OG. Like he's been there since Soul Calibur 1, and kind of got kind of got substituted out during Soul Calibur 2 with his brother, Young Sung. Um, and Setsuka, she started back in like Soul Calibur 3, and her whole thing is kind of like revenge against Mitsurugi for killing, well, somewhat killing her master. And then she
Oh, he
got
killed him slightly.
I mean, technically, the wounds didn't kill him. It was more of a fever, but the wounds didn't help.
Just like, I'll probably do something about that fever if I wasn't bleeding out.
Kinda. But yeah, like her revenge story ended up like kind of blowing back on herself, and she ended up starting just teaching others her style, including in Soul Calibur 5, one of the main protagonists, whose name is escaping me now. Basically, one of the incest twins, and I will always call them the incest twins because they're nasty.
Are you talking about Patroclus?
Patroclus.
Yeah, Patroclus and his weird ass sister.
Pierre, yeah. I kept trying to say Patroclus, but Pierre kept coming up.
Right. Yeah, I vaguely remember those characters because they had alpha and omega versions of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And and I think I talked to you about it, but I didn't know what the fuck was up with that. But yeah, incest twins.
So the thing about Patroclus is alpha and whatever other one he had,
Omega,
yeah. The alpha version was him kind of trying to represent his mother in a way, but that wasn't the real style he learned. His Omega version was the real style he grew up with, which is what he learned from Setsuka.
Okay.
Because like Setsuka kind of took care of him when his mother kind of passed away, and he was kind of orphaned.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Pierre was taken away by Tira, due to the fact that the whole soul edge kind of being in her body as far as pieces and stuff go. Her thing is just basically between her regular style versus when soul edge kind of takes over her body a little bit. That's the difference between those styles. But yeah, like if you want the real Patroclus, you play the Omega version.
Also another thing that I was wondering about was you called them the incest twins. They were a little too close.
They were way too close. Like they didn't like kiss or anything, but come on, it was so implied.
One look at them and you think they fuck on the regular.
Y'all just met each other. Y'all about to fuck out the screen.
You just see those two greet each other. You just immediately just think to yourself like, "Yo, I need to get the fuck out of here."
Hey, is that a banjo I hear?
Ooh, I do not need to be here.
You just hear "Sweet Home Alabama" playing.
You're just looking around trying to find where it's coming from.
And I do wonder though, are they going to listen to the fans on the quote characters that we want? Because technically Amy was up there too, but not nearly as much as these two.
Dad and Amy's already in the game.
But yeah, because I'm kind of just looking at a whole. As far as like DLC goes, and Hilde was up there as well. Like Hilde was probably top 5 characters people wanted to come back. Although she was probably well, people use her all the time.
Damn. You know I don't play online.
But people think she's weak, but people use her all the time. Like when it comes to like the DLC characters, Cassandra is kind of up there as far as like how great the characters are. Hilde is kind of a mystery, but if they don't listen, quote, to the fans, then I do think that there's a possibility of a Soul Calibur 5 character possibly coming in.
Right.
And, I mean, we would think, like, well, wouldn't they have a story thing or whatnot? And I would think that Cassandra's story kind of helps that aspect of it, because she's kind of time travel-y.
She's just all over the place.
Yeah. So I would think maybe... I don't know. I wouldn't say Viola, even though she probably is one of the most requested Soul Calibur 5 characters. Mainly because people also get PTSD from that character.
Orbs, orbs, orbs.
Really, or bloops. If anything, I would think maybe Zwei might make a comeback, which is basically the werewolf guy.
Well,
Uh,
Right.
why isn't Lizard Man in the game as a playable character? That's weird.
I think they kind of cheaped out with the whole create a character part on that aspect. It's
Hmm.
just like, well, you can still kind of have him. He's just a create a
He's
character.
like, he just fights like another character.
Yeah, and another thing is, do you put Lizard Man in the game, or do you put in the other character, the other lizard person? I can't think of his name right now. It starts with like an A or something. Because he has like wings and stuff. Like,
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
hmm,
Uh, well, do they use the same weapons?
no.
Then nope.
I
Well,
feel like the way that the DLC is gonna go is it's gonna be one of the highly requested characters,
mm,
and then like one character that is like nobody's asking for.
so
Like one of the characters are just gonna be like the not requested character. The Justice reaction is gonna be like, why? Why is he here? Like nobody was asking for this character.
because I was actually gonna say, now, do you think it's gonna be that, or is it gonna be a brand new character?
Um, like how many new characters do they have in Soul Calibur 6? Because it's not that many, right? Aswell I think is one.
Aswell, Grow. I think. Wait, am I missing one?
Geralt.
I'm not counting guest
Doesn't
characters.
count.
Yeah, I'm not gonna count guest characters because they're kind of their own little
Yeah.
thing. I think those are the only two.
You talking about like brand new characters?
Like completely
Yeah.
to the series, like not like guest character new, but like actual Soul Calibur character.
Like
new.
these characters haven't been in any of the games
Uh,
that aren't part of any IP.
Yeah,
if that's the case, then
I think those are the
Zoslamel.
no. Zaslamel's been in since 3.
I was memeing.
And
It is just Aswell,
Grow.
Aswell and Grow.
So yeah, that would just be 2.
I mean, a part of me says that it could be a guest, or not guest, a brand new character.
Mm-hmm.
But given how given the stuff that they've done the past 2 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a chance that there might not be a new character.
By the
Like,
way,
there's
this
a
is
decent
season 2.
So
As I say, this is season 2, by the way.
I know,
You said the past 2
But-
seasons. It's like we've only been
Ah.
through one.
but well, I mean, still though, like there hasn't been any. There hasn't been anything to show. Like they've had. They had a chance to do something in season 1. Like that would be the best moment, I think. Instead of bringing back all the all recurring characters.
Do you think really though that would be the best?
Well, let's see, because launch for sure would be one of the best moments to bring in new characters.
But for DLC though?
But for DLC, I feel like it's better than waiting till season 2.
Really?
In my opinion, yeah.
Curious.
Because I guess the best way to put it is you kind of want to get the new out fast. Instead of like the classic shit, because the classic shit's what everyone's gonna be asking about most of the time.
Interesting.
But then, I mean, then again, kind of talking out of my ass right now.
No. I don't know. I was just curious what y'all thought
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, because part of the reason why I kind of admit that is because my mind keeps going back to the whole season 2 of Street Fighter 5 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, that first season was all nostalgia characters, and then season 2 was basically all new characters.
Mm-hmm.
But But then again, you know, you compare it to Soul Calibur, and it like they had a lot more new characters in 5 also.
Hmm. So super on that.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why like that's why I'm a little bit mixed up between Soul Calibur, you know.
Hmm. No, fair enough. Trying to think of anything else for that one. I don't think they're gonna do like any new modes or anything like that. Um, do you think they're gonna show one or two, both?
I feel like it's probably gonna be well, like what I would want it to be is both with a release trailer for or with a release date for one. What is most likely gonna happen is probably just a trailer for both.
Hmm.
So like the only difference would be the release date,
Hmm.
or maybe not even that. Maybe just like a trailer for one.
Okay. Because I was thinking like a trailer for one, and that be it, like with a release date, possibly with that. Although they have been kind of sketchy on that too. But
Yeah, because like how Mario they had something for a good while, and then it's like available soon, and then available spring, and then like it took like 3 trailers before you actually got a date.
hmm. Oh, and just in case anybody was wondering, if it was going to be that one character I didn't care about, it would have been like Necrit. But yep, that's all I think I had for Soul Calibur. Anything else for you, gents?
No, I got nothing.
Alrighty. Then I guess we can go to the ones that we can actually enter, which are Fighting Herd, Skullgirls, Killer Instinct, and Mortal Kombat.
Nobody in particular cares about fighting hurts here, do we?
Not really. So skip.
Yep.
Nah, man, I don't clock the ponies.
Skullgirls, I can't imagine they're gonna have anything prepped.
Nah, unless it's like some UI changes again.
Yeah, possibly more censorship. I'm just kidding.
More Sonic Fox. Put his brother too.
It's like they replaced some fucking characters with Sonic Fox and his brother. Fuck you!
Um,
Killer Instinct is way now.
definitely not. That would be like the weirdest thing ever if Killer Instinct came out with anything at all.
Oh my god, if they come out with the announcement for Killer Instinct 2, people will just be crapping themselves left and right.
Like as soon as the final's over, Phil Spencer just come out of nowhere, whips his dick out like Killer Instinct 2, bitches.
Like Killer Instinct 2. Now on PS4. It's like, no!
What the fuck?
He's like, blame Microsoft.
I quit.
Yeah, like imagine they'd have it like PC, and then like they have it on PC and then Xbox and PS4 cross-platform.
Oh damn.
That would be like big league dick.
Oh yeah. Like I just don't give a fuck. Everybody getting to play.
Yeah, but I mean, of course, whole keeping console and PC separate for obvious reasons.
Yeah. But no, I guess the last one, because I mean, there's literally nothing we can say about Killer Instinct, would be Mortal Kombat.
And
I'm still. Well, good.
I was just gonna say, if Mortal Kombat does anything, it's just gonna be like with that fucking season trailer like they had with for season 1, like where they showed Terminator and Joker and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like they may just say it's just like, yeah, like this is who we got coming out next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or they may have a trailer for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I don't
not
know
Shao
if they
Kahn,
can,
so it's gonna be a completed character this time.
I don't know if it's gonna be like a trailer for a character since Aftermath just came out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're gonna do anything.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
And if they do, technically there have been some leaks out that might show that they already have done and do. Of course, granted.
If they showed like,
Well, let's say granted. Any leak that I see Melina in, I'm not believing.
I mean, yeah, of course.
Yeah, you can't trust NRS, man. She's too sexy.
Sex appeal in a video game? Pfft,
Say it ain't so.
I know, right? Not in our NRS community.
Not in my Christian server. I don't believe it.
Fatality.
Like Areola is too much, but you know, ripping spines out.
That's just good Christian fun.
I know, right? Like Jesus did that.
Like, just like, come on, man. They did that in the Bible, man. So, so it's good. I don't know where the cough came from. Hit me by.
Maybe
Did that on purpose.
No.
maybe we should leave this one alone.
He's getting the plagues.
But no, there's already been kind of like leaks saying that Melina, Harley Quinn, some other DC person, and then Havoc and someone else from Order Realm is possibly coming.
I would pretty much give up on the game if they started bringing in more DC characters.
I mean, I wouldn't be
Mortal
surprised.
Kombat? No, I don't know. I think that is a literal impossibility.
Why?
They've brought in the only character that is capable of getting fatality.
Really?
The Joker. He's the only character that I know that DC will be okay with dying repeatedly, and as gruesome as he can die. Yeah, like he is the only one, and I don't ever expect to see another DC character.
I mean, I can
For me-
see a Lobo doing that, and
Nope.
Atrocitus. They've
Nope.
died multiple times in comics.
Even then, not happening. No more DC characters. They got their
Out
DC.
of, I guess I'm not pro DC character, obviously, but I'm just
Clearly.
curious. Like, what would you say if I said Jason Todd?
Nope,
Really?
not
Because
even.
like he's
Jason
got like
Todd.
he had like the most savage ass death.
I know, right?
He may have had a savage death, but is it to the lines of Mortal Kombat's regular looking deaths to a DC comic?
Kinda.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Kinda. It kind of fits
Like-
right
like-
in.
Yeah, like when he was Robin, that shit was intimate.
Nah, I don't see it happening. I don't see no more DC characters coming to Mortal Kombat.
Do we need to show you Red Hood?
And
No,
like,
I know who
I'm
Red
not,
Hood is.
like, and not only that, but that's why I was kind of going with Lobo. Have you seen him get fucked up? It's worse than Joker.
I still don't think like that's a fat chance of Lobo being in the game.
Really?
If you had to put DC characters in the game, you know they're not.
I mean, really?
The rest of that season pass is not gonna have any more DC characters in.
I mean,
I guess I believe that they would. I don't want them to.
because I mean,
No.
it's not like we didn't have 2 Mortal Kombat characters in the DC game.
Right? Yeah, that's part of the reason why. that's like. Plus,
But y'all know when it comes to the marketability of Mortal Kombat characters in other games, it's okay for them to be there because all they do is just like, oh no, man, you punched me in my ribs, I'm out of here. No one is gonna want to see Batman get his spine ripped out.
But we're not exactly talking about Batman.
We're talking about like the most savage characters.
Yeah, there's plenty of
Joker's
DC characters.
one of them, yeah.
That.
If it is like I'm gonna take Jazz's word on Lobo because like he's the huge comics dude, so it's like I'm gonna take his word.
You should take his word. I'm saying that it ain't happening.
Really?
Yes.
But like I don't agree with that kind of thing at all, especially with a lot of the DC characters. As far as like savage deaths and stuff go, I don't think that's really a problem. But some of them.
Here's one thing though. One of the ones I could believe would probably show up, Harley Quinn. The reason why is because she right now is at her most marketable as she's ever been.
Plus, her cartoon's very violent.
Exactly, like I'm saying, like the cartoon's very violent. She had the movie, she's got the show. Like I think she's got like a pretty successful run in the comics right now. For DC not to say, okay, now toss Harley Quinn in that, like I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah.
If they can
don't
make
think that'll
money
work
off of
out.
Harley Quinn, I believe they would make I believe they'd make the decision.
I mean, literally, look at the last Combat Cup. She was literally in there. They literally marketed her cartoon at a Mortal Kombat event.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn, yeah, sure. I'd only argue against that because if they were going to put Harley Quinn in the game, why would they give Cassie Cage a Harley Quinn skin?
Just fuck it.
I mean, technically, like, Batman Who Laughs is another Joker.
True. Yeah, you got me there.
But like, yeah, if any of the DC ones, it probably would be her.
Yep.
Keep in mind, we're not saying we want this to happen.
Oh, God, no.
There's plenty of Mortal Kombat characters that deserve way more than any DC character.
Like Suha.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'd want to see what they would do with Motaro.
That would be interesting.
Because, like, would they go crazy and give him back the centaur legs, or would they go for 2 feet again?
Oh, please don't. That happened in Armageddon, and I hated it.
That's what I'm saying, like, you know, because right now NRS is kind of experimental, so like they might actually give him the 4 legs again.
See, that would be interesting to me. That kind of thing. Like, I would want to see how they work that into the game.
Yeah, like that's what we would want. And I'm loath to say this, but I could actually see them fucking announcing Harley Quinn. I don't want her in there. I don't want more DC characters in.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I wasn't even a fan of when they were in not Mortal Kombat, Injustice 2, the Mortal Kombat characters, especially Raiden. Like, what the fuck? But
Raiden I can see.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I
Sub-Zero.
can see it. I didn't like it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
And Sub-Zero, I mean, that was kind of a given because Scorpion was in the first one.
Oh yeah, you can't do one without the other.
Yeah. Like those are, it is what it is.
Yep.
But yeah, I can kind of see it happening. I'd rather have a bunch of other characters. Of course, the only one I really want is why am I blanking on this name? I say it all the time. The girl that was in Sub-Zero Mythologies.
Fuck, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
She's literally the only girl.
Frost is already in the game.
Frost didn't come in until like 4. Not even 4, I don't think.
No, didn't he start coming in when like the 3D ones came in?
Yeah, I think she came in Deadly Alliance.
Or bring back that dragon girl.
Natara?
Yeah, Natara is a vampire.
I don't know what she is. She just looked like a dragon to me, and I never played it.
She has wings.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah, she's a vampire, but I can see how you can
okay.
make that mistake.
Yeah, her design is really dragon-like. But like I'm saying though, it's like bring her back. Fucking bring in like a shit ton of other Mortal Kombat characters.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of guest characters, the only one I want in is Ash Williams because we were promised that.
Which I have been hearing that's no longer the case anymore.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that some things have been happening behind the scenes with that, and that's probably not going to happen anymore.
$5 says that like they wanted Bruce Campbell, but he said no.
Which is possible, although it is kind of weird that he wouldn't lend it to Mortal Kombat, but would to Dead by Daylight. That don't make sense. But then again, Arnold did somewhat the same thing.
we were worse off for it.
Like, I don't understand why he gives the whole thing to the Predator thing and not Mortal Kombat, but it is what it is.
Giving the Terminator.
Yeah, no.
Oh, no. Yeah. You talk. I forgot that there's a Predator game. You're right.
Yeah. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah. But wasn't he like one of the part of that group of like anti-Mortal Kombat people?
Yeah, but it still doesn't make sense because I mean it's Predator. He's ripping people's spines out.
The only reason why I would say that is because it's like, I was a Predator, so I have to.
Like, do you think it's more along the lines of it? It's like hey, I don't support this game that supports brutality and all that, only to fully give your rights to another possibly just as equally brutal game.
Yeah,
If
like
if it's anything, I would probably say it's his own nostalgia.
Mm.
still like backwards.
Oh, it's absolutely backwards. I'm just saying though that if there's anything that would be like the difference between him doing Mortal Kombat and him doing Predator,
Hmm.
it would have to be nostalgia.
Yeah. Also, I finally remembered who the character was. I was talking about Serena.
Ah,
But yeah, she's the only one I really would want in the game, to be honest. Um, but that's something else we can do after that. After this, though. Is there anything else we want to talk about in Mortal Kombat?
nah.
Not really, no.
All right.
I think we covered everything.
Yep. Yeah. The last thing I just thought of was, since you just talked about it, we haven't talked about it yet on the actual podcast, was Aftermath. What are our thoughts on it?
Yeah, so far, so good. It brought a lot of improvements to the game. Shao Kahn is no longer in alpha. He is in beta now.
Hmm.
Good news.
Oh, one day Scarlet will get there.
One day Scarlet
Good
will
fucking
get
luck.
there.
What did he say? I believe. It's a false
Dude.
hope, but I believe.
They're gonna need to do like a Shin Scarlet.
No, like the only way our characters are gonna get buffed is if they become a blade.
Dude, imagine if they put in Blade.
I don't see it happening, but it'd be cool. But yeah, thoughts on Shiva, RoboCop.
RoboCop and Shiva seems like they are really good. The things that they do really well. Fujin is like more execution heavy than the game needs.
Hmm.
And even if he was to remain like that, his damage output is so low that it does not matter.
But he's still super good with pressure.
I do think it still makes up for it in pressure a little bit, though. I do think that.
I still need some work on that.
Yeah, because I've seen some very deadly Fujins lately.
Mm-hmm.
Not like Shiva. Shiva's in her own tier, but
No, like, and I know how good Fujin is, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, that should be the trade-off. But like I still think if I'm spending 2 meters, I need to at least be able to do like 30% easy. Because that's what the blades do. Shao Kahn can do 40, 45, 40, like around 40% with 2 bars.
But do you think that that's okay because he's a bigger character?
What, was Shao Kahn in what? Like, be more specific, bro.
Like, he's a big character, like a kind of throw his weight around kind of thing. Unlike Fujin, more what's the word I'm looking for?
Slender.
I wouldn't say slender, like agile, per se.
Right. No, because Sonya Blade is slimmer than the both of them, and she.
To be fair, Sonya Blade has been an anomaly ever since Mortal Kombat 9. Nobody knows what the fuck's up with that character.
And like in Cassie Cage is no different.
I slightly argue with that when you get to the higher tier things.
Right.
So I don't think it's as prevalent as you think it is. Now, like when you go with her zoning capabilities, maybe you have something there. But I don't agree with that as far as like a higher tier thing goes. But I was gonna say like like with Shao Kahn, I feel like what he does it kind of goes along with that per se.
Yeah, he is a big character. I feel like the bigger characters. If I have to be negative on everything,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think 50 more helped would makes up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Not 50, maybe 75.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a boss character. I mean, kind of makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. He is also a boss character.
Yeah.
And in a game that's based around footsies, having your fastest move be 8 frames, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking to lose that battle.
Mm-hmm. Also, hashtag fuck Sindel. I'm sorry, Zaki, but fuck Sindel.
What does Sindel do?
Sindel's too fucking good.
Sindel she is really good.
Plus, he still has a grudge against her lore-wise.
We haven't gotten to that yet.
But
you know-
still, I want to explain in coming attractions.
Yeah.
But didn't we talk about that already?
That's what I say. Like, we talked about it, but not on the podcast.
Yeah, like we shouldn't bring it up here again
Why not?
That's what we're literally doing right now with Aftermath.
because I was going to say because we already have enough content.
I mean, we could do it.
Let's give these niggas more content.
Exactly.
Let's say we're doing this on the extras, or no. I was just gonna basically breeze through story stuff if y'all wanted to.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I don't mind. I am wearing down, so I'm going to get some food.
No, actually, if that's a good thing, yeah, we'll just do this later, like on the extras or something.
Yeah, go
Alright.
for it.
But no, I guess we can do our sign-offs.
Alrighty. So, thank you everyone for listening to the No Name Podcast. We're all really tired right now.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of content in when Jazz thought we weren't going to be getting so much. So that's a pleasant bonus.
Yeah.
Is there any projects you guys want to bring up?
No, I got nothing going on. As far as content goes, when it comes to my coding classes, I got past week 0, or at least I think I did, and I'm working on C right now.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's all I got.
And as far as I'm going, still working on the charity event that is happening this month for Twitch on my channel, where we are doing fighting against human trafficking. Currently we're at 60, and if we hit 100, I will apparently twerk on stream, according to the chat.
Yeah, be agreed.
That is the goal, is 100, and I would be very happy if we hit that. But the big goal is 250 for my channel, and if we hit that, I'll be doing something else. I'm too tired to really think of what it was. I had it written down. But yeah, stop on by, say hi. If you feel like you willing to help the cause, feel free to donate. I have all kinds of incentives that I will be saying on stream. Once again, very tired. So,
Yep.
And yeah, happy June, and hopefully we're gonna have a much better July. I mean, see, it's 2020, so you know how it is.
I need to find the fucking Instagram post I sent my brother, because it was something along the lines of hopefully July is better, and then it says July, and under it is a picture of like a giant chicken attacking a beach.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
It's great.
At this point, I mean, come on, it's possible.
Yeah, I need to find the exact wording.
They're fucking murder hornets. It's just like, nope, we ain't fucking with that. Leave the room.
Although, I mean, like, that's just kind of gone now at this point, isn't it?
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's like the murder hornets came, they read the rooms, like, we'll be back later.
When you guys are ready for us.
The murder hornets were a filler episode.
Oh
Exactly.
god, yeah. I'm still waiting for the androids to show up.
That's in November.
Oh my god, and for November and for number 18 and 17. No.
And in October is where all the serial killers that we know in movies are just gonna pop out of nowhere. Because fuck it.
No, you know what it's gonna be? In October, the clowns are coming back.
I swear to God.
If I call it right now, I'm gonna be pissed.
And where's Waldo from the short comes second?
Oh my god, that was horrible.
Oh man.
No, I'm serious. Like, I kind of want to make it like, oh, this is my official declaration where October the clowns are coming back.
Go
I'm
for it.
tempted to, but I kind of like also don't want to. Like, it sounds like too specific. A wager, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you go to a fucking like a roulette table, it's like put it on 24.
I say go for it. It's 2020. How wrong can you possibly be?
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'll fucking put it out there. October, the clowns are gonna come back. Oh boy, the clowns are gonna fucking come back.
Oh man.
And as for me, I've been working on this submission for this Capcom, for for the Capcom costume contest. I've been working on my submission. Every time I keep thinking, okay, I'm finally done. Someone goes like, you know what, you should put this, and I'm like, damn it, they're right.
Mm.
And so now I just need to put in these quote unquote. They're not scales, but I mean, like, they might as well be. I just need to make sure I can figure out that I can like put these into a repeating pattern so that way I can like attach it to the right picture correctly. Can you put like the most up to date one on your stream, Jess, just so that the chat can see?
On my stream. I'm not streaming.
I thought you were streaming.
I'm recording.
Well, whatever. Okay, never mind then.
No.
I'm also tired. But I mean, yeah, check out my Twitter. I'll be posting it soon. I should probably be done by.
Does he sound weird to you too, Eddie? Or is it just me?
Nah, you roboted throughout most of that statement.
Okay. Like, I might be too tired.
Yeah. So, robot people. But I mean, yeah. Like, I check my Twitter next week, and I should be. By then, the picture should be up.
Cool.
Like finished version.
Cool
Alrighty.
beans.
Sounds like a plan.
Alrighty.
Like a wish.
And that should be it. We are out.
Laters.